rubber fools, and he never took no lip. And after cereal for his area, then he came and he talked some shit he said.
Hello, and welcome to another one of whatever these become. How are we doing? Welcome. We're in. We're here to win it. This is going to be a good show. I can already feel it. It's in the bag. Yeah, I nailed it. We're recording. I got the scene change. I think I nailed the opening today, guys. I don't want to brag, and of course we'll see. But yeah, no, I hit record like I was supposed to, right? I got it all. We've done it all. We got a crazy one for you tonight. What up? How are you, Mikey? Good to see you. Welcome. Look at all those stars. Last night we had a hype train and we made it. That shit was rad. Hot, everyone. It's Corey Adam. Yeah. It's going good. I mean, like, the hot weather sucks. I woke up Velcroed to my bed, but we're doing all right. Here we go. I got a guest right out of the gate tonight just because I don't know how much he's going to be able to stand by, and he goes to bed a little bit early, and I wanted to get to him, so we're just going to jump right in to a call early on. I know. Crazy, right? We got a lot of weird stuff to discuss. I want to talk to Tovar a little bit about Kim Jong-un and just what's going on with that. We got some China stuff. We got all kinds of fun stuff. It's going to be good. Also, don't forget to go to Venmo, Corey Adam Comedy. Everything you give helps. That's super rad. I made it to the campground and chilling by the campfire, having a few beers tonight. Oh, really? That's awesome. Fuck yeah. Is there anybody else there? How many people are out in the campground? That's right. That's the Venmo information. Thank you, Atsu. You know what? Hold that thought. We're going to talk to... You know what? We'll interact with you just a little bit. All right, let's go. Roll them in. Do one of these. There we go. There we fucking go. All right. Well, you're taking too long, so we'll just jump right in. Let's do it. We're going to jump right into the first caller. Here we go.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello. I don't want to brag, but you're live in front of tens of people right now.
Tens of people.
Yeah, we got about 12 in here right now, so it's the beginning of the show.
It's like a whole dozen. That's a lot of pressure, man.
I know. I led with what I feel should be your headshot. So they're all looking at you in a panda costume with a severed leg.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. I feel like if I told you which picture you wanted me to use, that's the one you would have gone with.
There's a lot of good ones. I never think I'm photogenic, and then I look back, and there's a lot of stuff that's more impressive than I thought.
Yeah, right? Well, tell the listeners who you are.
My name is Jason Kruger. I'm a co-producer of the Monday Night Comedy Show. I do a lot of stuff through Fearless Comedy Productions, stuff like that. Do a lot of theater. I'm involved in comedy stuff. Yeah, that's...
So unemployed like the rest of us.
I actually work for a school, so I've been working as an education assistant with some remote learning stuff.
Well, all right, we get it. You have a job. Weird flex, but all right. How have you been holding up? I suppose you've been having to just go to work, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have to go from my bed to the desk where my computer is, and that's work. But yeah, I've been holding up pretty well. Yeah, honestly. Depression gets in there now and then, but generally things have been pretty good.
I feel like you're kind of a solitude guy anyways, though. You're kind of built for quarantine, you know?
It helps. I mean, I'm built for quarantine, but I also do like being around people. So there's some stuff I miss, but getting to spend periods of time with myself isn't the worst.
No. Especially because you're pretty rad.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, man.
So are you.
You're doing all right though. Everything money wise, because you're still working, so it's got to be okay. But just sanity wise, how weird is it to not perform right now? It's crazy, right? How is it as a theater person? Because there can't be any real practices or anything going on. Just a bunch of line reading over video cams, right?
Yeah, basically. So I was in a production. Well, I technically still am in a production of Much Ado About Nothing. and we had to cancel our rehearsals, potentially postpone the show. I'm still waiting to hear whether or not we're going to be still trying to perform in July, but signs are pointing toward that probably won't happen, which is a bummer. And then I'm also a member of Fearless Comedy Productions, and they have their 50-hour marathon of shows that they do every year as a fundraiser, and that had to get canceled. So
I'm surprised they didn't do that online, though. Honestly, like when I found out that they were canceling that, I was honestly surprised, because I felt like the whole concept of that show is to just do it in those hours succession. So as long as they could do it on like a video live feed, you would think that they would be absolutely able to do that.
And I think, I mean, so some people have taken their shows and taken them online, like not necessarily that weekend. So one of the shows I was going to do with a friend of mine named Kayla Soda Beer is we have a like musical act that was kind of like being in character and a little bit of improvisation called Receptacle that we were going to do for Die Laughing. And that turned into there being online writing sessions where we're in character talking to each other and playing parts of songs that we've come up with and then taking feedback from the audience. We actually have one of those shows on Facebook tomorrow at 5:30.
Okay, where at? Like at Fearless Comedy?
This is, if you go to Facebook and you search for Receptacle, so RECEPTACLE,
Sure.
that's the name of it. So it's a new project, but it's a lot of fun for us, and a few people that have checked it out seem to really like it.
Mikey Two Milk says, I like this guy. He's like me.
Yeah, awesome.
Also, he's
Okay.
now hosting. Shout out to Brain Dead Redhead for subscribing for the second month. That's awesome. I have to Bly Dog and Mikey Two Milks are now hosting, so I have to read the room. The room's actually in control here.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing all of this for money, you see.
Oh,
I
good for you.
urge everybody to go to Venmo at Corey Adam Comedy. And that's
Yeah.
then they subscribe or they give bits, and then I'm just at their whim.
Cool.
This is as close to public service as I get, Jason.
Well, I mean, you get as close as you can, and that's got to be good, right?
Yeah. I'm of the people right now.
You are of the people.
Oh man. So you're like, are you guys talking about doing any of the plays online? Like the one that got canceled, you're just talking straight cancellation?
So probably, like, things might be postponed, but I don't think we're necessarily going to be doing anything online.
Okay.
I mean, we could definitely do like a stage reading of Much Ado, but that isn't my call because I'm not directing. So
Oh, you're just producing?
I'm just acting in it.
Oh. How nice is it to just act in one and not be like the guy on everything?
So yeah, going from directing It's an Honorable Life this December, where, you know, huge shows done in Klingon, there's musical numbers, stuff like that, to just being an actor and stuff was great. It was really refreshing. Like, look at all these problems I don't have to worry about.
How's your Klingon these days?
So I can read it off of a page fairly well, but I couldn't rattle off much for phrases for you.
Would you in fact say you are a Trekkie?
I mean, I'm a low-key Trekkie. I don't have...
I feel like you don't get to say that if you can read Klingon.
I mean, I understand how the, like, English letter system translates to how you pronounce it.
Yeah, that seems like way deeper than most people. I'm just saying.
That's fair. We actually had somebody that was in It's an Honorable Life that knew almost nothing about Star Trek and, like, nothing about Klingons, and it was just brand new stuff for him, and he, like, latched on. It was great.
What was the first thing you recommended that person watch Star Trek related? Like if somebody's gonna get into Star Trek, where do you throw them in? Where are you like here?
So because we were talking about Klingon stuff, there was a Deep Space Nine episode where Dax and some old Klingon were like fighting some old white-haired Kenny Rogers looking Klingon. There was an episode of that. There's the one also Deep Space Nine where Worf takes a bunch of the Deep Space Nine crew undercover.
Okay.
Into the Klingon like culture, and that was a good one to get him started with. So like a lot of the hey, you need to watch this is very Klingon centric, but man, for Deep Space or for Star Trek in general,
Yeah,
I
you
think
just jumped to
anything,
Deep Space Nine. Are we to assume Deep Space Nine is your favorite? You just jumped in.
those were the ones I thought of. I watched a lot of it as a kid, like probably about as much as I did Next Gen.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Um,
it's my favorite.
it's so good. Like the characters stuff is really great. And like the fact that Chief O'Brien got to be a little bit more of a three-dimensional character was one of the parts I really liked about Deep Space Nine.
Okay. Well, that's pretty nice. I mean, like, I don't know. That's cool. Like, it's like, how cool is it to be in a place where you could say to yourself, I am basically going to get paid to learn to read this fucking Klingon?
Yeah, that was cool. Doing the Klingon shows, I've only been involved in 2 of them in 2 consecutive years, but it's great. It's a really cool culture, and like people will come check it out knowing nothing about it other than it's a show that's in Klingon that has Star Trek references, and they get really into it. So
How many
that
shows
was a
did you
big-
guys? How many shows did you guys have?
Oh man, it was like 12.
Okay.
We did every Friday and we did every Thursday and Friday night and some Saturday matinees, if I remember right. So yeah, it was like 12 shows. It was all throughout December.
What's the practice schedule look like for something like that?
So it varies on the role, but for me, for directing, it was 5 nights a week, and then usually a Saturday and or Sunday rehearsal as well.
Sure.
So like, if you're a lead, you would probably be in like 4 or 5 nights a week. If you had a smaller role, depending on if it was a heavy week for like fight rehearsal and stuff like that, then it could be like 2 or 3 to 4 times.
There, I
And
just
then
put
the
up. I
closer
put
you
up the
get to-
picture of you as a Klingon instead, since we're talking all this Klingon.
Oh yeah, I've got some good ones. You know what? I'm gonna send you a
You know,
photo.
you know what's weird is that I've known you so long. I don't know if I've ever seen you without your glasses. Like
Oh, yeah.
I've seen you like take them off to like clean them or whatever. But like, so with an alternate forehead and like nose with no glasses, like that doesn't even look like you at all to me.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I really like the ridges. So Corey. I'm gonna be sending you on Messenger, and there's a little bit of my cat in it too, because he can't stay out of the way. But
Okay.
one of the cast members is also an artist. His name is Eric Lervold,
Mhm.
and he did a lot of the promotional material.
Oh, that's cool as hell. Here, hold on. I'm gonna put that up here. That's really cool. I like that a lot.
So Eric Lervold painted that and the cast, and he gave that to me as a present closing night for directing the show. And it's really cool. It's just a neat thing to like have just like hanging out in my room.
Yeah. No, that's. Hold on. I'm gonna. So you just have the original of that just hanging out at your room?
Yep, it is. I can't remember if it's acrylic or oil, but yeah, that's the original. I have it on the canvas and everything.
That's really good. Now you just have
Yeah,
to get
dude.
one of those, what, a bath lathe or whatever?
Batleth, yeah. Yeah.
Do you have one of those? Do you own a bath lathe
I
yet?
don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like
although
you're in a unique position though, because a lot of people that are into Star Trek, they always like have to like really go over what's their favorite thing or what, you know what I mean? Like Romulans, Vulcan. You're like, nope, Klingons. Got it. They're the best anyways.
their culture is super interesting, and like anytime they have to interact with another culture that's not warlike, it's fascinating. It is every time.
Well, and they're based on the Spartans. They're just space Spartans.
Yeah, pretty much. My favorite thing about Klingon history is that they did not invent warp drive. They discovered it because some other alien race came to conquer them, and then the Klingons had a rebellion and killed all of them and took all of their tech and then went to their home world and wiped out that race. So nobody knows anything about where the Klingons got their warp technology other than somebody tried to conquer them and they weren't having it.
That's pretty cool, actually. Like it's really weird when you go watch those shows and then you go back and look at the books and just realize like how much backed material there are on the. Like I just found out recently that like Witcher was based on a book.
Oh yeah,
Like the same kind of thing where it's just like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
yeah.
So how
Yeah,
like when do you think comedy's going back to normal? When do you think anything's going back to normal?
I mean, I honestly think it's probably going to be a little bit into 2021 before we can get back to life the way we were used to it.
Really?
I mean, it just seems like to flatten the curve, we got to keep being really smart. And there's big enough swaths of people that are not being really smart, so it's going to end up taking longer. And people don't like being told what to do, even if it's a smart thing. So,
well, the thing that always like cracks me up about this thing specifically is like there's the Times posted a video. I think I played it on the show, but it was about like a bunch of doctors talking about how all the ways that this virus behaves in ways that like they've never even seen, like the ARD or like the lung damage that people have. Like they have two different types, L and H, and the high functioning, which is the H. These people are talking to the doctors and they get them under like testing and they're only getting like 50% oxygen out of their lungs, which medically means they should be unconscious. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it's a weird thing. And they like, it's weird to me because it's like, we don't know where we're going with this virus, much less how to vaccinate against it. So, I mean, I think next year is a very accurate idea. I mean, I don't think there's a chance in hell it's May 4th, you know, and even when bans get lifted and shit, they're not going to just say, all right, everybody go back to the bar and tell dick jokes, you know? I mean, like a lot of these places are going to have fucking social distancing and like population caps of what can be in there. I mean, it's going to be weird.
Yeah, and people will be happy to do it. I mean, people will be happy to go to a bar and be like, oh, well, there's a line and they've got their 50 people in there, so I guess I go somewhere else. Like, I think people will be hungry for it, even if there are weird restrictions.
You wanna know a weird piece of trivia that I picked up today? Because I was gonna lead it into one of the topics, so I'll just do it now while you're on the phone.
Let's hear it.
You know the phrase social distancing?
Yeah.
Do you know where that phrase is originally from?
I do not.
Right. And a lot of people don't. Are you ready for the answer?
I'm ready.
The phrase was coined in 2011 by a movie called Contagion.
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
Right. We got a bunch of stuff that I'm going, like, it's interesting. I've been looking at a bunch of different like movies about pandemics, and it's interesting how much was actually predicted by these creative writers.
So the writers for Contagion did talk to experts about what would be done in the type of situation that they were trying to write for. So that's why we ended up doing a lot of the things we're doing now. That's the same as that movie.
Yeah. Fucking crazy, right?
Yeah, right?
Well, you stay safe out there, man.
Yeah, you too. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a wacky ass world. Tell people where to get a hold of you. Like, what are you doing to fulfill your arts? Like, are you doing anything online? Like, are you gonna like is T-Hawk gonna fucking finally soar online?
So we've got I've got the Receptacle show tomorrow, which is at 5:30 on Facebook. Just search for Receptacle. I have I help with the Monday Night Comedy Show when we do that still, so you can find us on Facebook at the Monday Night Comedy Show. Otherwise, I just kind of on my own Facebook wall, or I share events if I'm involved with them, so I don't have anything else coming up in the near future. But you can also check out Fearless Comedy Productions. There's quite a few members that are doing things through there.
Okay. Well, that's awesome, man. And you're safe. You're okay money wise, like everything. I mean, like you were one of the people I really wanted to check in with, so I'm glad that this happened.
Oh yeah, I'm honestly doing really well. I've had some rough days, admittedly, but on the whole, this has been a chance for me to like kind of catch up on some stuff and establish some good habits. It's just not all the good habits are sticking around, so I've got to work a little harder.
Do you think that the quarantine is better or worse for your mental health?
For me, honestly, it ended up being a little bit better because it cleared up my schedule. I was kind of going steady, like 5 to 6 days a week with rehearsals after work, and then
yeah, you do. You always, ever since I known you, you're a guy that spreads yourself thin.
Yeah, so I get to spread myself a little thicker now, I guess, and I don't mind that. But so I started keeping track of like World is Weird days, starting from when I got the notice that the schools were going to not be having students in them.
Mhm.
And it's been over 40 days, and that's been with me going out to stores or running errands and stuff like that. So it's like, I think about stuff like those long space voyage movies where it's like, oh yeah, that dude alone by himself for a year, I could do that. I'm like, I probably couldn't. It's like that extra interaction. And I live with 2 roommates, and I can't imagine what it's like for the people that are absolutely by themselves.
Yeah, I mean I'm glad that you have a base there where you're not lonely and you're actually able to fucking just be around people though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean-
Like, to me, it's like the people that are by themselves or the people, to me, it's the people that live in apartments. Like, I just don't think I could do that right now.
That'd be really tough. I mean, I'd be tempted to like talk to my very next door neighbor or do something like. I get why people were playing music and singing from their balconies in Italy. Like, it's something to like reach out to everybody.
Yeah, formerly Boot
And who
Wee
else?
says, yeah, dude, I'm usually the kind of loner, but this shit's getting crazy. I haven't really hung out with anyone in quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I am a little bit more introverted than extroverted, but I still really like that, interpersonal connection that I have with people. I've been doing like online trivia nights and online like role-playing games and D&D stuff with some friends, and that's helped a lot. That's been great. So you use the tools which you have, and you hope you can make them work.
I just had a user named Bunk254 say hello to me, and I went to go
Oh.
click on their profile to see who they were, and I accidentally timed them out for 600 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Like, so their thing was deleted and they got booted, and I don't know what I did or how to fix it. It's pretty great. Da Freak says, J Money, dumb motherfucking Hawk. We got Hawk fans in here.
Yeah. I feel like my nickname is almost like a dying thing. Like, not as many people know it that as used to.
Right, but it's kind of like a speakeasy. It's like a way people identify themselves, you know?
Oh yeah, I've literally been like walking down the street and heard someone go caw like a block away, and like turn around and it's one of my friends, and like that made me feel really cool.
Formerly Boot Wee says, that's where this kind of shit has been very helpful. Thank you guys for doing this stuff. It means a lot. They're thanking you for being on the show, Jason.
Oh, I'm glad to be part of it. Yeah, I actually pulled up the stream so I can read the messages and stuff too, because I think it's cool. I haven't been on a lot of interview shows, so why not?
Yeah, well, and the running joke here is we basically make fun of Tom Chilstrom.
Oh, okay.
Here's something that you could sound in on or don't. But we had an episode where Tom Chilstrom and Margaret Blaylock had kind of like a little like blood feud, I guess. It was just really weird. Because both
About
those
what?
people go out of their way to be nice to everybody, and then they were just both being mean to each other on an episode. It was really weird.
I'm super curious what that was about.
Yeah, right?
Like, did they both get up on the wrong side of bed, or like?
I don't know, but it was like really weird because they both started insulting each other's comedy, and I was just trying to bite my tongue.
Sure.
And I love both of them. I think they're very nice people. And I really hope
Yeah.
I really hope Tom is listening right now because like he'll get mad about that.
Then you called him nice.
Yeah, and then like Tom, we had this one thing where we had Tom on here and he couldn't figure out how to get into Twitch. So then everybody in the channel just kept saying I'm Tom and hello Tom. And so now every time there's a chat bot in the channel, and every time you talk, I mean like this show is actually best like digested on Twitch. Like I posted on YouTube, and you can go see the old episodes on YouTube, but the Twitch is really where it's fun because the channel's a dick. You know, like I mean they're just like internet trolls and they can hide behind it's like a live stream into like fucking Reddit. And now they all just like go, hi Tom, and like yeah, so Tom couldn't figure out how to go in there, and I go, is Tom in there? And he goes, hi Tom, I'm Tom. Everybody just kept saying it was like I'm Spartacus, but it's I'm Tom. And so
Hey,
go ahead.
So somebody just asked, is Kim Jong-un dead or what?
I got segment upon segment on that shit because who knows? Like, he's probably dead though.
I assume he is.
I assume honestly, like, and we'll get into this. I have links and links of this because it's super funny because I have like an NPR link where they're talking about all the rumors and how they pertain and how this and that, and then Fox News is like he's brain dead and this and that and blah blah blah, and it's so funny to see the difference between like a somebody that's actually trying to be journalist versus not.
Sure.
You know, but yeah, I mean, Kim Jong-un is probably dead. I think, but if he's not dead, I think what's happened is that he's like a vegetable on life support is what I think.
Oh, yeah.
And I think like he's still alive, but like they know that he'll never regain like his mental, like, you know what I mean? Because you know how it is when like people are on that lung for a while and they're brain dead, but their body is still alive.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. And I even have a link about all the weird succession lines, because what's really crazy about them is that he never had a son. So the succession lines go back up to the brothers, but there's uncles that also have a claim to it.
Oh, that's just what that country needs, is a big fight over who's in charge.
Oh, shit. We just got followed by J Money the Hawk. Who could J Money the Hawk be?
Some guy.
I love that wasn't taken and you were able to get it.
Yeah, I had to spell it a little differently than I usually do, but...
Yeah, that's all right. It works. I mean, here's the thing. You got it in. Everybody knows.
Yep.
Yeah, we do this Friday through Tuesday, and it gets weird sometimes. It's pretty fun.
Cool.
Gilder Phelan says he's been dead for years. You've just been seeing actors and computer-generated effects. Blydog says Kim Jong is with Epstein now.
I mean, accurate.
Yeah. They both did not kill themselves.
No.
And then we have just like, I'm sure as you can see in the chat, we just have a bunch of people saying, I am Tom. And then because I put Nightbot in there, they can do exclamation point and commands and fucking be up there. Oh shit! We got hosted by JB Live? Are you kidding me? Okay, check it out. First off, everybody should go over to JB TV and fucking go see his show because it's super awesome and he's super funny. But he has way more watchers than I do, so this represents a very big bump in our viewership, you guys. And he's just,
Congratulations.
Yeah, hey, you know what? I think that he only did it because you were here. I mean, he's been adamantly against hosting me till you got here, Jason.
Oh, wow. I'm glad that I can help.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had such a pull in the internet community of which I'm not really a part.
I think it's that people really love panda bears that are cannibals.
That's fair. Yeah, that was from Caucasian Aggressive Pandas and Other Mulatto Tales, which was a really fun show about race relations written by Duck Washington.
JBTV says, I hate to do it, LOL. He hosts me, and then he's just mad about it. Like, I don't, like, this represents almost a double in view. Way more than that. He has way more followers than I do. So this is really cool. That's a cool host. Thank you. Thank you, JB. I think we all owe it to you, though, Jason. I think this is more about you than anything else.
Well, I'm glad I randomly messaged you so you could be like, hey, come be on a thing.
Well, you know, you don't have to take the theater of magic away from these people.
That's true.
This spot was booked months in advance in my head.
Yeah, well, I just happened to be the right place at the right time months ago.
Yeah.
I love how somebody put a Corey Adam emoji in their chat.
That's from the radio show.
That's fantastic.
And now we have somebody saying press F for that commie. Fuck that commie cunt. I think he's talking about Kim Jong-un.
Oh, sure. Must be.
Yeah. Or me. Am I a communist? Does this count as being a communist? Uh-oh. If I accept the hosting, does that make me a communist? Did JB Live just Magneto me into sacrificing everything I've held dear?
Wow. It's all about the views, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still happy it's happening. All right, that's the main important part of this. Why aren't you guys live streaming more Monday Night Comedy shows?
So last week we had a bunch of people have to drop out at the last second, so we just didn't have the content and the numbers of people, so we should be back this week, as far as I know.
Okay, that's awesome. JB Live says, you're a good dude, you have a good show, man. And then he said, I destroyed your morals, LOL. Corey is McCarthy? No, that's not good. I don't like that comparison at all.
Good.
I mean, I still want you to do this interview that decides whether or not I put you in prison, but I don't like that comparison. It's historically inaccurate.
Yeah. Oh, man.
That sound effects background. You got Beavis and Butthead laughs. We got all kinds of stuff.
So, hey, Corey, how have things been for you? I assume you've been doing kind of some online stuff, and
yeah, I mean, I basically just do this. This is what I do now. I wake up, I drink till I don't feel sad,
Uh-huh.
which is never.
Yeah.
And then I put on a brave face for 3 hours, 5 days a week. And then I usually cry myself to sleep.
Excuse
But
me,
the best
bitch.
part is that I don't have to go sign up on an open mic list that I may or may not get on.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for stand-up comics just for being part of that grind.
Oh, it's ridiculous. And like what's really interesting / sad is going to be watching how this grind affects other people going forward, because I guarantee you there are some newer comics that we will not see back, and that's sad.
Yeah,
This isn't going to be over. This isn't going to be over May 4th. It's just not. At least not for comics.
No.
Yeah. Hey,
I mean,
shout out to Bunk254. I'm totally sorry that I did that. That was on me. I literally just clicked to see who you were, and then it like booted. I don't know what I'm doing. My right hand is drunk with mouse click power. I'm so sorry. Unless you suck, then I urge you to earn that ban. What? But yeah, it's what it is. Honestly, like for me, the biggest thing was just trying to get this show up and running, or something up and running where I could get some kind of following and income coming in, because I mean, I had $3,000 erased off my calendar just by the cancellations. At this point now, going forward, it's probably closer to $9,000.
oh yeah.
Just in like money that I'm missing out because of all this. So a large part of this is I'm very thankful. Like the show I'm on, the Steel Toe Morning Show, you can listen to that on Twitch at Steel Toe Show. It's already there, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're able to get some income and have some work going on, because that's one of the things that people forget is like all of these performers. I mean, yeah, everybody wants to like stream Netflix and Hulu and whatever because they're stuck inside, but like,
Yeah.
we all need to try to support the other performers out there, or support performers if you're not one, because I mean, well, everybody, we got to watch out for everybody. We got to help everybody that needs it. And I think if we put a little bit of thought into it, we can realize who needs it.
Yeah,
And-
well, and I mean, it's a weird line too, though, because you just don't get to like if comedy as we know it is gone, it changes forever, right? Let's say stand-up comedy goes like only to Minecraft comedy clubs or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't necessarily get grandfathered in because you were doing this old form of it, you know? So it's a really weird mixture, and that's why like I like stuff like this, because you adapt or you die. That's life. And it sucks, and it means that there's going to be winners and losers, but you have to do what you have to do. I mean, like, I would much rather be at a bar telling dick jokes. I sacrificed everything in my life to be in that position, and now none of that matters.
Right. And there are probably people that did the same thing as you that aren't as well set up to handle this situation.
I wasn't set up to handle this situation. I had to make I mean, we're on the 26th episode of the show because I knew pretty early on. It was when they canceled the NBA that I started to get real interested in like, oh shit, this is about to change some shit.
Oh yeah,
because I was one of the first people that was like, this is just a flu. It's gonna be fine. And I feel like you change opinions as you get more information. Like, you know that about me. I'm a very staunch libertarian, but I'm not closed off to new ideas. I want my ideas challenged and changed every time I talk to people. And everything I was seeing medically led me to believe that it wasn't going to be as big of a deal as influenza. And then when the NBA closed down, I was like, all right, well, Michael Jordan's like most legendary game is a flu game. Unless somebody on the inside really hates LeBron James, this is something more serious.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So a couple weeks before everything got really bad and crazy, a friend of mine who's a high school science teacher was like, yeah, things are going to get bad with this virus, and started like doing the math and drawing stick figures for like how many people get infected and like what the numbers were for how many people would die, even with like a 0.3% fatality rate and stuff like that, and was like terrified. But some part of me is like, okay, it's probably not going to be that bad. And like 2 weeks later, everybody's working from home.
Right, and like the NCAA shut down. Formerly Boot Wee says, do you honestly think shit's going to be changed forever? I don't know that. I mean, I was saying that as an example. I think that I think stand-up comedy specifically, I think Jason's right about it being till like next year, because I think what you're going to see too is you're going to see a lot of smaller venues that don't open back up. But more importantly, you're going to see a lot of the like mega club structures, like your Funny Bone, your House of Comedy. Like if they're forced to decline how many people they put in, like say you could only have 100 people at the House of Comedy now, right, Jason?
Yeah.
Well, at that point, they can't make their money back from these celebrities they're hiring to just talk because it's a butts in seat formula.
Oh,
Absolutely. And so what's interesting is that a lot of these big things, so you're looking at, as stand-up comedy is concerned, you're probably going to lose about a third of the venues over this, would be my guess. And that's, I'm not a financial anybody. This is just my nose and what I'm seeing.
Sure. I do think that once the smoke clears on this, which, I mean, once again, might take like a year, we might also see a lot of other small venues popping up for like stand-up comedy, open mics, music, improv, things like that, because people are going to be so hungry for it and wanting to do stuff.
Gilder Phelan says, China finally killed comedy. Must have been all those Winnie the Pooh memes.
Ooh.
The Tao of don't get to do stand-up comedy anymore. But yeah, I think it's interesting because like going forward, the way that all of this interacts is going to change. And I mean, we're not there. I watched a couple things too about how there's a lot of aspects about this that are just kickstarting the next generation. Like in the next generation, it'll be like this social distancing stuff feels weird and alien, but we probably should have been doing this shit 10 years ago. We had the technology. I mean, why do giant corporations still have office buildings, right? Like,
right.
And once they figure out that their model can run with like, you're going to see all these office companies. You only need one office for that because everybody can log into their computer. I mean, look at all the bullshit that happened with the TSA. All of a sudden now we can carry more ounces on a plane because hand sanitizer doesn't come low enough to be qualified. So you're saying that this shit was bullshit the whole time and you're just making it up as you go.
Yeah, it's what we're afraid of at this moment is a lot of what policy is for people. And right now, at this moment, we're really afraid of this virus messing things up. So that's what we're worried about, and that's what we're doing things about. When it was, the amounts of fluids in the bag, we're really worried about people hijacking airplanes and crashing them into stuff. So that's what we made policies about. Like, I don't know. I know that this whole pandemic is going to change a lot about how we think and do things and work as a society in general. It's just how we're not even 2 months into it and we've got a longer haul to go. So who knows?
Right. Bunk says, I sent you a Snapchat. Somebody called 911 on kids playing soccer. That's so messed up. Right?
Oh,
but here's the kicker. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
This is the same guy, right? Full disclosure, I'm a cop in a rural area, and pretty much none of you are taking this seriously. We deal with a shitload of people that go in their houses and stuff. No one has got sick, and most of the time, we're not even wearing any PPE. I don't know what that is.
Personal protective equipment.
Also, Corey, do drugs. No cops listening care. LOL. Oh, none of us. He's saying none of us care. Like, he said, full disclosure, I'm a cop in a rural area. None of us are taking it serious and we don't care. Like, it's like people like are calling in to narc out people playing soccer. That's like, this is like Orwellian, man.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy.
And here's a rural cop saying like, look, man, we don't like, cause that's the thing. Cops don't want to like, I'm not the biggest defender of cops. No offense, Bunk. But I also am not the first person to attack them either. My grandpa was a cop. I don't like, it doesn't matter. Like, the thing about it is that it's people that are just trying to just save the world, but you're not going to save the world by narking out some people playing soccer. And everybody's scared. Nobody knows what's going on. That's like, I get so mad about the propaganda on both sides. Like, this idea that everybody's denying science or somebody is denying science or fucking you need to be more careful or they need to be like, we don't know. The experts, the doctors, like the Times had the best article ever. They've never seen anything like this. So nobody knows what to do. We're all just kind of playing it out. And we should have. Like, There's been so many. I'm going to play a clip about that, but we should have. There's so many pandemic movies out there. You'll vouch for the Jays, like Outbreak, Contagion, Pandemic. These are movies that were telling us it was going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as the rural areas, because they aren't as densely populated, and because you don't get as much international traffic there, of course there isn't as much spread there. But the hope is that we keep the curve low and actually take care of it as much as we can so it doesn't spread to the rural areas, or at least not until it tames itself a little bit.
Yeah, well, and also tell Bunk and everybody else, like, this is an interesting conversation because you and I are both Northerners. Like, we may be in the South, but like we're not opposed to rural anything.
Absolutely.
Because where are you from originally?
Grand Rapids area.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt. Admitting that in public? Oof.
Yes,
now
I know.
Now ask me where I'm from.
Yeah, you're from Hibbing.
No, I was gonna say Hopkins.
Oh, right.
Oh, this is pretty funny. Bunk 254, the cop says, my line is, have you tried closing your curtains?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bunk had another thing about jails that he said in the comments I'm noticing here.
Yeah, most jails aren't taking anything under a felony. Yeah, oh, this is actually, like, my sister actually got in trouble and went to court, and she was a violation of her parole, and they let her loose because of this. Like, they didn't even take her in because they're not taking anybody in. If you're under a felony, they don't give a fuck right now.
And that's understandable. Like, we don't want to
That's the way it should be. I mean, I think that's the thing that people don't realize about the cops is that most of the police officers are people just trying to do jobs. And no matter what you think about the cops, we need cops to do their job.
I would agree. I think there's some institutional stuff that happens that paints a lot of police officers in a negative light because there are enough of them that do awful things.
I would agree with that. Let's see here. And the only people getting cited for that are getting arrested for burglary and shit. And they're just track it on. They just tack it on. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. That's what the legal system has become as of late. It's just, what can we tack on to this?
Yeah.
Like, you get to court and they're just like, what can we tack on? Formerly Bootwee says, additionally, outside of the Twin Cities area, SARS-2 isn't a big deal in Minnesota. You're not wrong, but if you don't take it seriously, it could be a bigger deal. That's the whole thing about this. That's a weird thing for me, because you know me, Jason. I'm not a big authoritarian guy. I kind of hate the government, right? I mean, I got my "Don't Tread on Me" flag behind me right now. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing is that I hate when they're just saying, just listen to us and do this shit. But I also feel like, again, they closed down the NBA, man. This isn't like, they're not like, that represents so much money that there is no way they're doing that shit. There's no way that they close down all sporting events if this isn't a big deal. Because I'm a capitalist, and if there's money to be made, they will make that money. But somebody's saying no, and that's something to notate.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal when the capitalists are like, we need to shut the thing because
when the capitalists are feeling empathy, that's when you have to worry.
You know, on the side, I do think it's kind of funny because didn't the XFL just get started up again?
Yeah, well, but I think they'll be back. I think just saying they're over right now is a little bit easier.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see. Blighty Dog says, it's like we gave people something to bitch about or a license to yell at others. Yeah, you're not wrong. Bunk says the only people getting cited. Oh, yeah, we already read that one. And then tack it on. Yep. Perfect. All right. Dude, I'm extremely tore up about no MLB right now. All winter. That's all I look forward to. Well, then you should understand it's a big deal. Do you think those baseball teams don't want to make money? Of course. And a lot of these leagues did this voluntarily. There was no order that made them stop. The only people that were stopped from doing this were boxing and MMA. And that's because they made the state athletic licensing commission pull their license. If this were left to Dana White or fucking all the boxing promoters, we'd still have fight sports. But your MLB, your NBA, I think even NASCAR, these all voluntarily suspended. So it's not even like, I get mad when people blame the government for this. It didn't have anything to do with the government. Private businesses like the NBA thought that it was in their best interest to not put their demographic at risk.
Right. Well, and they might have also seen the writing on the wall and knew that there was going to be something done if they didn't do something.
Bunk254 just said, fuck the police. So I think you have like self-image issues, buddy. Is that what's happening? Bunk, what are you doing? We should have you call in. You can keep your name and your like where you work a secret if you want, but like I want to talk to you about this because you're a very weird cop, and I kind of like that. I've never seen a cop say fuck the police and do drugs. That's pretty great. Oh, he's working. Never mind. You're fucking working, you asshole. You're fucking working. Motherfucker. I can vouch. The Snapchat he sent me was in a car. That's amazing. Motherfucker. God damn it. I'm like, hey, call into the show. And he's like, no, I'm too busy being awesome. Like, and his Snapchat was so funny, too, because he's like, are you kidding me? Like the fucking call to, like, break up a soccer game. Like, I want to, like, Bunk, honestly, how shitty does that make you feel to just show up and be like, hey, guys, apparently I'm literally the fun police today. See, this channel's crazy, right? It's kind of fun. Are you enjoying the channel, Jason?
I am. It's
Good.
fun. I'm liking watching, reading the chats and all that. So
yeah. This is what we do around here. We do this Friday through Tuesday. Come on in and fuck around, man.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
The funny thing is
notifications, and it'll even tell you when I go live, bitches.
I'm sure I'll get those notifications.
You will via text
funny.
from me now. From now on, you're getting a text, a personal text.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you, Corey. Magic Cosmo says, I'd like to watch Cops Fun Police Edition. I think that's
right.
Great.
No, I just can't. But like, here's the thing I love about this book is, again, my grandpa was a cop, and like I heard stories about like the shit that he did, and like I think that to be a decent cop, you have to understand what you're doing and who you're trying to protect. And the fact that you're out there having to break up soccer games, like that's not like nobody fucking went through police academy and thought, all right, I'm going to fucking make an 8-year-old cry because they can't play soccer. I'm dreaming of this job.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, I'm sure anybody, like the police or any sort of job that, you know, you have to be in a position of authority, but I suppose especially the police has got to be like extra weird right now. But I don't know.
Mikey says, do cops really want to bust people for weed? Or is it just they have to situation? I don't know. I think some people care about weed, but I've always said that I thought weed was like an age thing. I feel like nobody under 40 gives a fuck about weed. But once you get to like 40 and 50, you run into that like I like Ike generation that's all reefer madness about that shit. What do you think? Do you think people are really against weed, Jason? I feel like they're not.
I think there's enough people that are against it. Because I think there's enough people that are against any kind of like mind altering substance. Because there's like, you know, a psychological addiction you can get to it. So people are, you know, if it's a drug and it's illegal, then it's scary. I think that stigma's going away a lot, but I think it's, well, not going as quickly as maybe society should have it go, because I think it's silly, especially considering that we've got so many states in the union that have it legalized and so many others that don't. I mean, it's almost the same as prohibition.
Here's a weird question, and I feel like I already know the answer, but I just have to ask it. If Donald Trump legalizes weed federally, would you vote for him?
No.
Okay.
Nope, not at all. To me, that would feel like a really thinly veiled ploy to make sure he won the election.
Yeah, but like legal weed everywhere, bro.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure anybody running against him could do the same thing.
Well, they're not in office right now, so they couldn't. I'm saying like he legalizes it and then basically platforms on how he's going to keep it legal. It's just interesting to think about. It's not going to happen, so it doesn't matter. It's just interesting to think about.
I mean, I think if he goes with that we need to legalize marijuana platform, like that's going to do some weird things with his base, or maybe they come around to it, and then it just would be him competing with Biden about whose weed plan is better.
Oh, God. This election is going to be more horse shit than the last one, and I didn't think that was possible.
Oh, I still think there's going to be another big weird election surprise coming up in like a month.
Well, here's the real surprise, and I've been alluding to this, and people think I'm crazy, but they don't think I'm as crazy now, like going forward, is that there's a situation where our economy crashes, right? We go to war with China, not over China, but we go over China to actually colonize Hong Kong and give them democracy. And guess what happens if we do that come November? There is no election because we're at war. And there doesn't have to be an election when we're at war. You can suspend it. So you have a situation where Trump extends it to colonize or just go after Hong Kong. And then the moment that conflict is over, he leaves and he gets to say that he was a 4-term president or a 6-year president, never has to lose a re-election, like he just walks out.
That is a terrifying prospect.
Right, but it doesn't seem
more believable.
But I've been telling people this, not as with China. At first I thought it would be North Korea or Syria, right? Because those are the easy conduits. Our economy's going down, and we as a nation love to balance our checkbook with blood. It's like a pastime. Every time the economy's down, we're like, who can we fucking bomb? Let's do this shit. And I think a lot of Americans have trouble with that understanding that internationally we're not the good guys. We haven't been the good guys. We're not the good guys.
We haven't been the good guys since like the 40s.
Right. And so like if you can get a fucking major war going, you wouldn't have to have an election. And I've been talking about that since like November. And then as this pandemic starts coming up, it's looking more and more real. Also, the chat room has basically turned into ask an officer if I can do this drug. I kind of like it.
Oh,
like
that's great.
The formerly Bootwee says, Bunk, what if you have a small amount of pot and a gun with a carry permit? What happens? Like these are like very scary specifics, you guys. You're like, hey, hypothetically, if you have 2 DUIs and you're caught with some weed and a gun, what happens? Yeah, Bunk, like, does this shit happen to cops a lot? Is this a cop thing? Like the moment people find out you're a cop, they're like, hey, explain everything about the law. It's like, he's a cop, not a lawyer, you turds. Which like they're asking him like hardcore legal questions, and he's just like, I don't know, I'm a cop.
Which is funny because I think people would be more inclined to ask a cop those kind of questions than a lawyer.
Dude, he just had the best answer I've ever seen in my life. Just do your drugs at home and you'll be fine most of the time.
I mean, that's pretty true.
That's pretty good advice. Also, like, he says, I'm all for legalization. Fuck it. Dude, this is great. Hold on. I want to read this legal segment that's going on in this chat room. It's so great. Boomers, listen here, Sonny. I watch enough Fox News Network to know that smoking reefer endangers my podunk town Dairy Queen from anti-Reagan Democrats. All right. That's probably fair. They're making fun of boomers in that post, Jason.
Yeah, I see that.
He just told Wee that if he sees him with a gun, he's pulled over for speeding, has a gun and weed. He goes, I give you the speeding ticket instead if you're cool, LOL. People don't understand that's a big thing about cops, though, too. Like, if you just start, like the thing about the law is that it gives a lot of murky stuff to protect the officers in case they need to act. Because one of the things I feel, and maybe Bunk hates this or whatever, but I feel like when you claim I was afraid of my life, you're just saying that you're a bad cop. Because you shouldn't be, like, you should be trained. Everybody's fearing for their life. But this idea that, like, oh, you've got weed, guns, or this and that. Well, if you're not an asshole, I'm getting the speeding ticket because that helps me more.
Right.
Like right here, he goes, but Bunk, hypothetically, what happens? I'm cooking meth at 95 University Avenue, West St. Paul, Minnesota, 55103. And Bunk says, don't tell Minneapolis PD and you're good. This is some strong legal advice, Jason. I was gonna take you down, but I'm glad that we kept you on here for this awesome fucking legal segment. I'm gonna jump over though. I got some stories to get to, and I kind of want to see where all this shit is going. But thank you so much for joining us. Tell them once again where to get a hold of you, because I feel like we were gonna hang up on you a while ago, but we didn't. So tell them where to get a hold of you.
Sure. You can find me at Jason Kruger on Facebook. You can find Fearless Comedy Productions has got some stuff going on. The Monday Night Comedy Show. And tomorrow, my group Receptacle is doing an online show at 5:30.
All right, and I just posted your name in there so people know where to get a hold of you. Thank you so much, man. Did you have fun?
My pleasure, man. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. That was Jason Kruger. Getting out of here the moment that... yeah, pretty great. Let's see. What do we got here? This is really funny, Bunk. I'm glad. Bunk, I feel like you should fucking call into this show, though. I really do. Also, before we go any further, I'm going to call my buddy Anthony because I told him I was going to. I just want to, like, spring it on him. He doesn't even know. He's not even paying fucking attention. Yeah, god damn it. Oh, that's the one right there. So my buddy Anthony, it's his birthday today. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. He's a good dude. And for his birthday, he decided to just absolutely chug some shit. I'll show you if I can find it. Let's see here.
In quarantine.
Oh, pause. Big. You know what? Actually, I will show you guys this video after. I want to see if he answers or not, because I don't know if he will. So let's see if he answers. I don't think he's going to answer. He told me earlier he wasn't, so I didn't think he would, but you know, you got to check. Nope. Coward. What a coward. I'm going to call him a coward too. He did say he has to get back in, and he said he doesn't know. Words hard to make right now. Thanks, though. But here, I want you guys to see how awesome this dude is. Oh, yeah, there we go. Also, in the chat room right now is J Money the Hawk or Kruger, and that's the Receptacle show and the other show linked in the events. One more time for Kruger. Awesome. I want you guys to see what fucking Anthony did for his fucking quarantine, right? Here we go.
Happy birthday, Tony.
This is how you birthday in quarantine. It's gonna take a while. Putting 5 of them in there.
This song is pretty funny that you
Right?
White Claw, baby.
This is a really appropriate song. Cheers.
Woo, happy birthday.
I'm not insane.
So yeah, that was Anthony for his oh god, where'd it go? There we go. Boom. Yeah, it was pretty classic, really. We're going to call Tom. I think Tom is right around the corner. Let's call Tom real quick. We'll get Tom out of the way early tonight, too.
Hello?
Hello.
What's up, dude?
Not much. I was trying to get Tony to fucking call in and talk shit about you after that White Claw boot.
Tony?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You'll know. I got you.
Which Tony?
Yeah. Tony.
Which Tony?
Hey, Tony. You don't get to know that.
Hey.
Now you have to go back and watch the show.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Yeah, I got you, bitch. I also just used this sweet new fucking glass breaking noise. Tom, we have a bold new day for you today. Just so you know, we're right around 30 viewers, right? But one of those viewers just happens to be J Money the fucking Hawk.
Ow!
There you go. Yeah, give out your OOs.
That's right. J Money. Fuck yeah, dude. Monday night comedy show coming through.
I was trying to pull him into your Margaret Blaylock conflict, but he expertly sidestepped it.
Smart man. Smart man.
I told him you guys were two of my favorite nice comedians.
Shut the fuck up.
What? I just think...
Oh, you mean me and him? I thought you meant him or me and Margaret. I was like, what?
No. Give you till 9:06, please. There's a cool satellite. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Who the fuck? Somebody bartering with you or what?
Yeah, I'm going to call Dave. Dave was really, insistent to come on the show tonight.
Right.
So I don't know if he has an announcement or what that means, but...
I don't know what Dave.
Dave says, if you want to see negative 50 satellites in line from Minnesota, go outside, look up at 9:02 from the north. Dave, don't fucking promote other shit. They're watching my show. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, Dave. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck? Well, I guess we'll just talk to that then, I guess.
Right.
Negative 50 roughly. Nobody gives a shit about the coordinates. Why are you promoting shit on another channel? What's wrong with you? Hey, guys, if you want to abandon what you're doing at 9:06, go do this nerd shit.
God, you're so positive.
Not negative roughly. Motherfucker, what do you mean I'm so positive? He's like, hey, guys, put your fucking Twitch down and go outside.
Well, he does have a point, though. It's a pretty nice night out.
Shut the fuck up, Tom.
God damn, fuck me then. All right, forget everything I'm talking about. What's going on though? What's going on?
We have a cop in the chat room who's been answering legal questions.
Oh fuck yeah, good for him.
It's pretty great.
It's one of those.
One of the users said this was kind of cool. They talked about hypothetically if they were baking meth at an address in St. Paul, and they gave out an address, and then the police officer said, "Don't tell Minneapolis PD, and you're good."
Yeah.
Or West St. Paul PD.
Did he answer the question of why did they kill people? Like, why did they shoot first, ask questions later?
I don't know. Do you want to go at the cop? Is that what it is? All right. Tom's asking why you shoot people first.
So I should actually get out to the fucking chat and go watch this shit.
Yeah, you should have already been in the chat. J Money the fucking Hawk's in there, dog.
Yeah. I heard.
Here's Tovar with his hashtag Get Corey Glasses. I want you motherfuckers to come sit in this chair and try to read this fucking chat room underneath what I can only call an oppressive amount of halo lighting.
Yeah, guys, remember, he has that mic filter in his way.
Yeah, and I have the mic filter in my way. I'm trying to look through a mic filter. I'm trying to just it's tough.
Yeah, the
man.
only thing
it's hard being the king.
Oh, fucking Tone! It's the birthday boy.
Yeah,
that's who you're talking about.
Yes,
the man.
Is he in there right now?
No, I don't think he's in here. I
was just saying, tell him I called him a coward.
Coward for what? Not talking shit about me?
No, I hit him up earlier, right? I hit him up earlier when I watched that fucking boot video because I was laughing so fucking hard.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, dude, you should call it. And this is what he said to me. Watch this shit. He goes, He says, I showed my roll when my buddy's pot cookie melted my face. And then he goes, I'm doing better now, though. And I go, well, do you want to call in? And he goes, words are hard to make right now. Thanks, though. And then he said, the funniest thing I've ever heard, I got to get back to my quarantine mates, maybe later. Who the fuck talks like that?
I don't know. Tony, it's his birthday. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, man.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Oh, do you? Do you get that?
Bunk responded to your why do they shoot first and ask questions later comment with, because our peepees are small.
Oh, that sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Tovar says, hashtag Corey can't admit to himself how bad he needs glasses. Well, that's just a long hashtag. That'll never work.
Yeah, that's dumb, Tovar. I mean, I'm normally on Tovar's side when he's bagging on you because it's bagging on you, so I'm normally on that side, but yeah, it's too long a hashtag.
Well, and think about how sad it is when Tom knows it's a hack bit, but Tovar doesn't.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I'm hanging up now. Talk to you later.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I got pizza on the way, so.
Oh, do you? What kind of pizza you get?
Pizza Man.
What is Pizza Man?
It's not as good down here where I live now as the one I used to work at, but
You used to work at a Pizza Man?
Yeah, the one up in Elk River I used to work at.
You know who else used to work at a Pizza Man? Probably the one that delivers to you?
I don't know.
Dave Primo.
Oh no shit! Good
Yeah,
old
don't
Dave
you remember
Primo.
like the first 2 years? Like I think you were still there. Like you had just started coming out. He used to come from Pizza Man and give out free pizza. Also, everybody in the chat is saying hi.
Hi guys.
To Tovar, not you. You don't have to say hi to them.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember that because that might have been right before I started then. Because I mean, Dave was coming up pretty regularly to Willie's, but he wasn't necessarily like every week.
Do you miss Uncle Dave?
I do miss Uncle Dave. He's dope shit. Like honestly, like, he comes off as kind of a prick if you don't know him, but he's one of the nicest people in comedy. Like one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet in comedy.
What's your favorite Primo story? Quick.
It's probably when he helped get Whiskey Junction back as a comedy room. Different night of the week than what Daryl originally did. I think it was like a Tuesday night.
Wait, he did that? Like when Colas and all them were doing it?
Yeah, so like Daryl had it on a Sunday.
Yeah.
And so basically.
And then it went down in flames, and then it came back. But I thought it was like Lyndon and like Colas. I thought they did that. I didn't know Primo did.
I think they became hosts because Primo was trying to have Daryl do it because it was Daryl's original room. And then like Daryl flaked on like the second week, and then Primo was hosting it. And that's when I was out there, and he went on this rant against Daryl that was fucking epic level. Like, you know, you try and help friends out, you try and be a good person, and the next thing I know, he's basically telling me to fuck off or something like that. But it was like the most like intense I've ever seen Dave go, and that wasn't on his ex-wife.
Dave, yeah, when Dave got mad, people don't know that about Primo. When Dave gets mad, he will go fucking off on people, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's always justified though too. I've never seen him just go off for no fucking reason. He is.
Yeah,
one of the
you know
most
what? I think you're right. I actually never really put that together till you said it just now. But I think you're right. I don't think I've ever seen him go off on somebody that didn't earn it. And I have seen him take an abnormal amount of shit that he doesn't need to.
Oh, absolutely. And like that's the thing. He is such a nice person. He will wait until like that person has fucked him over like 2 or 3 times before he legitimately goes off.
I'm gonna reach out to him because like I always loved the fact that back when he was doing like rookies and stuff, I would show up and he'd be like, "Yeah, whatever you want, man." And I looked at him and I'd be like, "Don't tell me that," because I'm fucked up. I have like stream of conscious 20 or 30 minutes of stuff I'd want to do, and he's like, "Yeah, do that, man, whatever." And he always just fucking greenlit it, like fucking do it. And then he did like because he was doing Doc's Landing for a while before Daryl. He was doing what was the fucking. It wasn't it's like the Jaybird or something like that. The fuck was that mic? It was over by Maplewood.
Yeah.
It was in the parking lot of that mall. It wasn't the Yard or the Doghouse, or maybe it was the Yard. The Yard is the Doghouse, right? Those are the same
that's
thing.
the one you and I talked about before. That was like ended up being kind of shit because of like the owners or some shit, right?
Yeah, T-Birds. No, T-Birds.
Oh.
T-Birds is maybe it was T-Birds. I don't know. The Doghouse was the one that like Herb and Joe Horak had a mic there.
Right.
That was fucking not very good.
You know, the crazy thing is I know about all these things, but most of them happened before my time, but everybody would talk about them to me like I was there.
No, I don't think you were there. I mean, I know Matt Core
No,
was there. I
really.
should get him on the show and we could talk about it. But I mean, it was just like there was a moment in stand-up comedy in the Twin Cities where Primo was running 3 mics a week.
Yeah, and then he brought back one to Andover at Q Bites. I don't know if you ever did that one. But that was pretty dope, actually.
I never did that one. I did see the ads and stuff though.
Yeah, I like that one because they had really good food over there.
What would you say at this point in your life was your favorite open mic ever?
Oh, come on, man. You know I'm not going to say anything other than Willie's. Come
Well, no,
on, dude.
okay. Check it out. Me too. Like I forgot. Let's say Willie's and Grumpy's is off the table. Let's say just kind of out of the box, right?
Are we going to include clubs? Or no?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. What I'm saying, maybe not. I mean, I want to, like, what do you think is a gem that you remember that people don't really think about very often? Because I'll say, I mean, Povs, I know it's a big ball busting joke to you, but I genuinely like that. I liked when Kyle Coolidge was running that mic at fucking Blanebrook. I thought that was super fun.
Yeah, that was before my time too, but that would have been dope to actually do one at Blanebrook. Especially considering when I started doing comedy, I was living up like a mile behind Blanebrook at like probably not even. So me and my roommates, we used to go there and drink all the fucking time. I just didn't know what day of the week the mic was and stuff. But no, honestly, like if I'm going to go any mic, I'm going to exclude clubs because like obviously like Sisyphus is dope. Getting up at Acme is dope. When Comedy Corner used to be legit, that was dope. I would probably say it's probably the second open mic I ever did or location was probably Northeast Palace when Her was running it. That was so much fucking fun, dude.
Oh, yeah. I actually liked Halftime Wreck most. I think that's my favorite Herb Brown room.
Yeah, that was before my time too. But
they had a bocce ball court underneath, and then I remember there was like this big ordeal because they had a ping pong table, right? And John Conroy was beating everybody's ass at ping pong, like just fucking crushing.
Nice.
And yeah, and he was like talking all this shit, and everybody was playing him. And then he looks at me and he goes, "Corey, you're from Hopkins, right?" And I go, "Yeah, I guess." And he goes, "You got to know how to play ping pong then." And I go, "Yeah, I know how to play." And so I played him, and he beat me, but it was a very close game, right?
Right.
And he's like, "You're pretty good." And I go, "Yeah, but I knew you'd beat me because you've been to rehab."
That's a sweet burn, man. I mean,
but it's true. I mean, like whenever here's a life lesson for anybody. If you have a friend of yours and he's been to rehab and he wants to put money on fucking foosball or ping pong, don't do it. He's gonna beat
pool,
you.
Depending on what, like,
yeah,
how
I feel like
severe-
pool though. I feel like pool is a hobby that if you're good at pool, you're playing it enough on the outside to where it's fine, you know. And a lot of those like really shitty facilities don't have pool tables.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's a high end one, but also too, like, you know, pool balls. You know, if somebody's getting violent in rehab, which can happen.
Bly Dog wants to know if Margaret is the old lady in the pic or the redhead. I think we lost Tom. That'll happen. Pretty weird. Hold on. Tom, I'm sure you can hear me. I'm not going to fuck with you. I'm going to call you right back, and then we'll let you go. 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. Hi.
So I don't know why that is still happening, man.
It's
frustrating.
Facebook. It has nothing to do with you. It's Facebook.
Right.
It's the moment a conversation goes over 15, it starts to lag spike, and then it starts to up. Like, so on one of the panels that I have for the control buttons that I have is a CPU monitor, and like the shit like isn't spiking, and then it goes down, and then if I close Facebook and open it up again, it goes down by 10%. So it's something to do with like how Facebook is interacting with the like live stream protocol and stuff. But whatever.
Yeah, weird.
Bly Dog wants to know if Margaret is the old lady in the pic with you or the redhead.
I still don't get the question.
They want to know if Margaret is one part of the comedy supergroup Gladys.
No.
Tovar said Margaret is the burlesque dancer from hell that has the hots for Tom.
Yeah, actually, it's funny because like when I brought up Northeast Palace, I was gonna say that like one of the first interactions I had with Tovar was at Northeast Palace because him and Joey got in a fight there, and
Oh, I was there. And that fight, and what's funny is like that fight should have been to a conclusion if not for the outrageous cock blocking of Orange Love Wayne Burfine. So
yeah, and then also too, like I got yelled at by Cave Arcados that night because like everybody at that time, even though I was like in like maybe a year, not even probably, of doing comedy, everybody knew that I was a bouncer somewhere. So then she comes up to me, she goes, "Why didn't you do anything?" I go, "Well, I don't fucking work here." She goes, "Well, you're a bouncer." I go, "Yeah, not here, not here. Like I'm not this comedy bouncer that wherever I go, like fucking things will be okay."
yeah.
But when Daryl had that room, though, he was used to have the only other good story from there, and not just Johnny Athman getting sucker punched, because that's a good story, I guess.
Oh
but,
God, is there anything better than that guy getting hit? How do you feel about that guy? Can we have like some honest dialogue about him?
I liked Johnny when he was first coming out, and he was trying hard. Like he was going, like I saw him everywhere. I mean, Northeast Palace. He came out to Willie's a few times. He used to hit. I mean, things that are convenient to him. So he used to go to like Golden's Deli, which is another one that I love, the Comedy Fight Club. Back when it was actually good, instead of like going like all like PG, no swearing shit. Then he started getting on the road with Kevin Kraft, and then he became
He was
just
like the definition of like believed his own bullshit. That's what happened to him.
right.
And this is like this is the same thing that everybody under the tree of that verbally vicious had happened to them. Daryl did it to Josh and me. Kevin did it to Colas and Athman, and like it's not something. I don't mean to say they did it as in like it was a plot or whatever. It's just you go on the road with these big name guys, and I'm not saying that they're famous or anything like this. What I'm saying is that they're packing their own bar shows with their own demographic.
Yeah.
And you go in there and you perform in front of these audiences where the whole room is being packed, and then after the show, you have all these people who sometimes honestly, but also sometimes politely say, "Oh, I thought you were better than the headliner." And it's very hard to not believe that kind of praise unless you really understand comedy. I mean, one of the like one of my favorite people on the planet, Matt Burmeister, like he got super big into believing the praise that came early, and then when he realized it was more of a grind than that, like it kind of broke him from actually doing it. And I think that if Matt were on here, he would admit to that. One of my friends, I love that guy to death. I miss him dearly, and it was one of those things where I couldn't give him any advice because he was going to do the like. This is the thing. Is like I love you. You're one of my favorite guys. I've gone out of my way to try to help you in comedy, right? Like I pay you. I do what I can, right? But the thing is at a certain point, I'm such an asshole that if I tell people to do something, they're going to do the opposite no matter what I say.
Oh, absolutely.
And so Athman fucking like basically talked to me one night, and he was like talking down to me because he just did some show in like Waconia with fucking Kevin.
Right.
And he's like talking down to me, and he's like, "Yeah, if you want your comedy to succeed at this level, you got to this, and this." And at that time, I was literally, at the time this happened, I was literally on the final edits of what would become Jokes, which was a #1 album on iTunes.
Right.
And this dude is talking down, and he already sounds like a Muppet, which makes him hard to listen to anyways.
Right.
He sounds like somebody is phoning in a Gold Cathwaite impression. I like doing this, and that's closer than they realize.
Very, very true. But also like him and Rain of the Trail especially both got this idea that since they're on the road, even though they're not getting paid and they're paying for gas and they're paying for rentals because neither one of them has a car or whatever.
Yeah.
That since they're going out with Kevin and they're getting this exposure, they're getting this rub, if you will, of being on the road, that they're somehow better than what they were, which is basically just glorified open micers that are open for a legit comic.
Well, and then there's, again, and I'm not throwing this at Kevin or anything, but then there's also the fact that a lot of those people that are working with those road guys, the true road dogs, it's because you're not very good. They don't want the killers. Like, you don't see these people taking Tommy Thompson on the road or fucking Chris Maddock on the road. And yeah, they're headliners now, but they weren't,
Right.
Because they want to go easy on it, So, all right. Well, hey, thank you for coming on. Tell the birthday boy
always.
awesome and that he's a coward.
I'm
Did
not
he?
going to tell
Okay,
him that.
answer us this though, right? Did
Right.
he at least finish all the White Claw in that boot eventually?
Oh yeah, for
Okay,
sure,
good,
dude.
good. I trust.
I mean,
No,
that-
I trust it. I trust it. I just the video evidence doesn't say one way or the other.
Well, I'm not hanging with him right now, but I can guarantee you he finished it
Okay, all right.
because I've drank enough times with Tony. Literally he was over. Him and Katie were over last week or last weekend and stuff.
Why aren't you over there for their birthday?
Because their birthday, or where's Tony's birthday being held, is smaller than where I'm living. So basically, it was going to be too tight of
Sure.
area for quarantine. So
And basically, when they decided who gets left out, it was you immediately. That was the first option of who got left out.
I'm also thinking like the distance between where they are to where I am currently living.
Okay.
They're also thinking like if he's even mildly drunk, that's all of a sudden a bad decision.
I don't know. I think
Like,
it's a
even
good
like-
decision. Stop being a coward. We had a cop in here that said it was fine.
Yeah, if you don't get caught, everything's fine.
All right, cool. All right, man. We're gonna let you go.
All right, later, bud.
Goodbye, Tom.
Bye, everybody.
That is Tom Chilstrom. We're going to go into our next guest immediately. Urgent Guy really wanted to this one. This one's going to be the picture. La-da-da. La-da-da. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good. Here we go. Yeah.
Hello, you've reached the Ekblad residence.
Oh, hello. I was looking for Dave. Is he available?
Oh shit, I just doxed myself.
Shit. Yeah, you did.
Not very good at this. Sorry, I'm new to Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm new to
Never-
taking calls from Facebook.
Yeah, me too. It sucks, but a
Who
lot
am
of
I talking to anyway?
You're talking to Corey Adam of Corey
Oh,
Adam
hey,
Comedy
Corey.
fame. Yeah, hey,
Yeah,
how's
you're
it
that
going?
guy with that week-long talk show on Twitch, right?
Yeah, it's like 5 days a week. It's not a week long, but you know.
Yeah. What is it like? Wednesday to Tuesday? Wednesday to Monday?
Friday
to
Tuesday.
Monday. Yeah.
I
okay.
know there's no rhyme or reason, but I feel like it's easy to comprehend.
Well, that's great. You
Why
start
are
at like
you-
7:45.
Yeah, why are you telling people to fucking leave my stream to go look at the stars? The fuck is up with
I
that?
mean, you've been doing this stream for so long, and you're very
It's
successful.
so
at it.
long. It's not even a month. Or
Not
little
even a
over-
month,
I
really?
guess it's a little over a month. I lied.
Wow.
Episode
But
26.
I figured your viewers, your listeners could. Well, no, they are viewers. It's a video thing. That's Twitch. Like I said, I don't really know what it is yet. I haven't figured it out. But anyway, yeah, there was a really cool flyover of the most recent SpaceX satellites to be launched on, I believe it was Monday. No, Wednesday.
And you just thought you would come in here and advocate people leave my stream.
Hey
to
guys,
look
go
at
pay
that.
attention to something else. I mean, it's probably worth your time, and Corey will still be here yelling when you get back.
You don't know that. Maybe I die in that time. You can't tell me what the future is. Also, Ricktar says Dave's star fucking.
Oh God, I am. I'm getting as close to the stars as I can. Like one of these days, I hope I can actually talk to Tom. Like, honestly, he should be running your show.
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, he's the animated guest, like, right? Like, all you do is sit around and insult him, but he's the one that actually has, like the visceral content that we can actually get into. And I really like what he has to say.
I create that visceral content.
What are you're saying? You push it out of him? I think you jab it out of him, if you will. He's always on defense, which is kind of odd for someone who's, such a nice guy.
Well, okay. What do you suggest then?
Well, I don't know. Like, instead of watching your show,
All right, look, stop. If you're gonna
Again?
mention that stupid fucking star thing again, I'm gonna get mad. Okay. So just
I'm
whatever
sorry.
your
You know, I
next
just-
no shush. Whatever comes out of your mouth next, let's have it not be fucking leave this fucking show to like think about computers. Say something that keeps them on the computer, man. Like don't force them outside. Think of something that will keep them on the computer and
gotta keep
watching.
them
You got to
safe.
understand that like this, they have to go to Venmo at Corey Adam Comedy. This is how I'm making my livelihood. So they're gonna go ahead, tell them what they should do, but don't fucking tell them to leave to go outside.
I mean, I guess you're right. This is your livelihood here. You're trying to plug a show and keep people engaged, and that's why I mean I really feel bad for mentioning those satellites because that's taking away from your viewership.
Yes,
Which,
and it's taking people away from Twitch, man.
yeah,
Like we're
which is
trying to
exactly
build
what
a
I'm-
community on this fucking Twitch. Like Twitch is one of those beacons of tomorrow that people don't
Tell
even
me about
realize.
it.
Like
you can
there's
say
no way
practically
around
anything.
right, and there's no way around the kind of social connection that this allows over
You
a
can do
YouTube or
anything
any
you
other
want as
platform.
long as you don't drunkenly fire a firearm into your stream deck.
Well, you can still do that. I mean, I can't.
No,
It's-
no, you can't.
It's
I mean,
it's
people will
above
see it.
it's above my pay grade, but I bet I could.
So anyway, Corey, again,
Okay.
I'm sorry I distracted your viewers for a little
Okay,
bit.
thank you.
I mean, you're right. We need to keep this on Twitch, which is
Yes.
why I want to bring up the show that I'm actually running currently right now. A part of my new series of online DJ shows with Intellifunk. It's a group I've been working with.
Can you
for the
are you
last
in the
2
chat room?
years.
Are you in the chat room right now?
Yeah.
Can you post the link to that?
Oh, sure. Yeah,
Just
of course I
yeah,
can.
just make sure like see
Just-
this is what
just
I'm
make
talking
sure
about, man.
people
That's what I'm
go here
talking
right
about.
now
Like,
because I mean,
nurture
first
everybody
time
and
on a
make sure.
show.
Well, but like nurture everybody and let them know. So this show here, you're
Okay.
doing this. You're involved in this on Twitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and so what nights does this air? Like this is like a Wednesday or like
this
Thursday
is a
thing?
first off, and we're doing them as one-offs, but we're going to start theming things and building another show soon.
Okay.
And
when is this happening for the people watching?
well, I mean, the show that's on right now, which you can watch right now instead of this show,
Wait,
started
what?
at 2 p.m. today.
Wait. Stop. What?
It's currently running right now.
Are you fucking
And
kidding me?
if you want to stop watching Corey because
What are you talking
really,
about?
You've heard this all before.
So, okay. So now you're gonna you motherfucker.
We get it. Taxes, theft. Would you like to watch something artistic and expressive? Sure. It's just someone, standing in front of a bunch of turntables, and you can kind of see their feet as they wag.
Are you
I mean,
fucking
this is a
kidding
lot
me
more
right now?
engaging than politics and humor and comedy
What are you?
and bald yelling Italians.
Are you okay? First off, that's racist. Fuck you. Second off, so I
Mamma
tell you, hey man,
mia.
I'm trying to do something here to build a livelihood, and you're like, hey, let's promote something that's going on right now.
Yeah, it's happening right now. In fact, we have currently 220 viewers. I think
Don't tell them there's more viewers.
Yeah, I think we're 14th currently on the live music.
Are you
group
fucking
on
kidding
Twitch.
me right now? Don't tell them that it's a fucking viral thing they can be a part of.
Yeah, and you remember Sam and Wes with their party science thing? Well, we tapped Hal.
I love
that
those
does
guys.
All the video effects for that.
Oh, Hal's doing the video effects?
Yeah, the Playada guy. I can't remember the name of his new production, but yeah, we've got the whole thing stacked with a nice little kind of presentation here. And I just figured it's something that people
Tovar says that's what I get for taking your
forever.
Game Boy.
Huh? Oh yeah, no, I haven't found my Game Boy
No,
yet.
Tovar says that I took your
Oh
Game
wait,
Boy.
you took it?
And then he says that's what you get for
God,
taking
that
Dave's
makes sense.
Game Boy.
That's where it is. I need that back, brother. That's like my.
I don't
my
have
third
your fucking
childhood.
Game Boy.
I'll give you back your Game Gear if you give me back my Game Boy.
All right, we'll talk off air. Look, asshole.
I talked to that friend of your sister's that stole all your shit, and
Yeah.
I've been holding a bunch of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird
So
that
if
you
you
say
wanna
my
see that
sister.
again-
It's weird that you say my sister like that.
Wait. I like what? Let's not derail this too far. I'm just saying that I
Tom says
managed to
Tom
acquire
says that
2
Dave is
items.
Tom says that Dave is kicking the shit out of you, Corey. LOL.
If you ever want, oh shit.
You
If
motherfucker.
you ever want to see, I can't remember that one game, but I'm just gonna say, if you ever want your copy of Phantasy Star Online again,
You knew it was
If you wanna
Fantasy
see
Star
that.
Online. You fucking knew that. You
God
fucking
damn it! What was that
you
other
fucking
Sega CD
asshole.
game you
Why
had?
the
that,
fuck would you come here to promote
was
two
it Secret
other
of
things?
Mana? Was it like a Secret of Mana like special
No,
edition?
That's
no.
Super Nintendo, Dave.
I know. I'm just naming.
Dave, I'm very mad at
I'm
you
just
now.
trying to name
Dave,
shitty
Dave.
RPG Nintendo
Dave,
game.
You fucked
Wait,
up
there's a whole
beyond
different
belief.
brand. That's not even Sega. Sorry, go on.
You fucked up beyond belief. I cannot believe you would come here. You didn't even promote one thing. You promoted two things.
Oh yeah, so we got a show going on right now at Centrific MPLS on Twitch. It'll be a lot of fun. We're starting at 10 o'clock in 40 minutes. We've got 3 different acts, all friends of ours from Berlin, all trapped in Berlin.
How late does that go, Dave?
We're running up until 2 tonight. Central.
So would you say that they should join at like when I'm off, or they should go right now?
You give me the option? Okay, of course you should join. You can. Let's make this simple and diplomatic. If you're on desktop computer, simply open Centrific MPLS in a new tab, mute it, come back to Corey's channel, listen to him yell at Tom again, and when he
we're not
wraps
doing
up
that.
at
We already yelled
11:30,
at Tom. Stop acting like you know what's going on with the show.
well, you always call him back like your crutch when you run out of content.
No, I add him in at the beginning when I just want to fucking rile him up.
God.
I'm not calling him
Tom,
back.
thank you so much, Tom.
What? Now you guys are in on it. Now you guys are fucking together on this shit.
I mean,
Tom, you're lucky you're a
he looks-
subscriber, or I would
he
fucking
looks
ban you.
practically Catholic. He's your perfect whipping boy, if you will.
What does that even
Like he
mean?
was born for it.
Ricktar says less promotions, more hot dog talk.
I mean, he's a redhead and he talks with his hands.
I hate you. I hate you both. I hope both of you go to hell and you die.
He's basically doing a service for you, helping lift up and drive this channel, and I
God
really
damn
appreciate
it!
him
Fuck
for
you,
that.
Mikey Two Milks. Now Mikey said, "Hey, I checked out that other stream. It's pretty good. Go there and check it out."
Hey, speaking of which, Mikey Two Milks runs a pretty cool stream too. You should check
What
that
are
out.
you
when
guys
he's,
doing?
running
Don't
Farm
promote your
Simulator.
streams when I'm on the air.
I really enjoy Farming Simulator. The slow-paced action
I hate you
is
so
it's
much.
just beautiful, and I mean, if you play your bailouts properly, you can upgrade your John Deere tiller like a little bit earlier in the season. I mean, I don't actually know the dynamics of the game.
Hey Dave.
I'm-
Hey Dave. Look
What?
at the time. I have to go.
Oh, do you know?
Yeah. If there's
Oh, that's
anything, if
Oh,
there's
you
anything
have-
watching the show should learn you is that each interview is very quick and precise. They never lag on longer than, what do you have for time? 10 minutes.
So when we agreed to do this at 9, and then I told you to push it to 9:06, and then you let Tom talk until 9:20, or 9:15, excuse me, you're gonna put that on me to stay on
I'm
time?
going to put on you when I told you not to promote other shit.
You're gonna put on me? Well, hello, stranger.
Tell him again where your fucking stream is, you piece
You're
of
a
shit.
rhinestone cowboy. Wait, no, what's the... Fuck, I don't remember the song.
Tell him where your fucking stream is because I'm hanging up on you, you piece of
I'm
shit.
just gonna paste it in channel. It's twitch.tv/Centrific MPLS.
Why should they go there?
If they enjoy techno, electronic music, want to see some live music from a
You are fake news.
I'm trying to remember how to say two, as in two people. At 10 o'clock, they'll be playing a bunch of cool drum machine synthesis stuff, and after that, we go over to our friend Zippo. He's an Italian man, also staying in Berlin right now. That's kind of the place to be if you're a bougie upper crust techno DJ.
So if you were to tell people when to
Speaking
go
of-
over
speaking
there,
of bougie
time,
upper crust techno
Dave,
DJs, my friend Dustin Zahn will be closing out this night
Dave,
from 1 until 2 Central
Dave.
with a bunch of unreleased music of him.
Dave.
That's now happening now. Centrific MPLS.
No. If you were
And
gonna
back
tell
to you.
Dave, if you were gonna tell them when to join, when should they join? After this
About
show,
10
perhaps?
minutes ago when I told him.
I fucking hate you.
Or after Corey wraps his show at 11:33.
No. Goodbye, Dave. I'm leaving you now. Goodbye.
I love you.
Get fucked.
Die in a fire.
That was Dave. I wish he was a better fucking guest, but he's not. He's a fucking asshole. Oh, awesome. Yeah, just fucking promote your shit on here. Ugh. It just reeks of lack of respect. Fuck you guys. You know what? Fuck you guys in this channel. You know what? We're going to go right over to our other guests that we have on tap for tonight. I can't, like, you give people the opportunity to, like, do something cool, and you think that, like, they'll remember, oh, hey, this is my buddy. I'm going to not fucking act like this isn't a livelihood to him, because it is. And then who gives a shit, right? As long as you guys are funny. Dave posted the link again and said no cops. Bunk, I'm sorry you can't go. I don't know why, Maybe it's because you're not subscribed. I like how you hate cops. Like, I feel like Bunk hates cops more than most people I know. And that fact is really fucking hilarious to me. Let's go to our next caller. Get fucked, Tom. Tom, you're off the show.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How about you?
Good. Identify yourself to the people. There's like 30 people watching. Go now.
Hold on. I gotta turn down Centrific MPLS real quick.
What the fuck?
It's the Orange Lover. Wayne Burfine.
The Orange Lover. Dave says nice. He's pretty excited you're listening to that. You're in his camp as well, you fucking assholes.
Well, you know how awesome Dave is. So goddamn. Dave is that friend that you're like, why are you so fucking funny and not a comic? It's like, because he's funnier that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Dave's the best.
Yeah.
I'm real mad at him right now, but that's fine. I'm glad that you could lead in really paying homage to his sweet fucking really disrespectful promotion.
I gotta get to that wound before it calluses, buddy. I gotta
yeah,
get in there
no,
while
I mean
it's
you could just let it callus. How are you, Wayne? Did I lose you?
I'm here.
Oh, there you go. How are you doing, buddy? How's
doing really good.
How's quarantine treating you?
It's heaven. Oh, I love it. I don't have to leave my house for shit. Stuck
You're kind
here
of a homebody
listening
anyways.
to my wife
Like,
work all day.
You don't leave your house very often anyways.
Yeah. I barely leave Minneapolis, man. Seriously. You guys were talking about all those open mics and shit up in Andover and Maplewood, and I'm like, too far. But I'll still make that goddamn trek up to Willie's every week I could.
What was your favorite, like, shit? Because I was talking to Tom about this half-assed, though, but, like, what was your favorite shitty open mic that you, like, since you've been doing comedy? And, like, here, I'm gonna make it easier, okay? Let's take Willie's and Grumpy's off the table just because of sentimental attachment, right?
Right.
But, like, and I feel like those are known. Like, I'm trying to get, like, some gem that people might not know that you've experienced that you just kind of miss or just, like, was really impactful on you.
What was that one in downtown Hopkins that was basically in the bay window? It was down the street from Royal Comedy.
Oh, the one that I did, the Riot House?
Riot House.
Yeah.
That one, it was one of those I just kind of walked in, was like, hey, Corey, I'm going to go. Like, just the setup alone. I mean, it could have been the best crowd ever, but just like, you want me to perform in a window?
Well, that venue was never behind it. I tried to move that stage 3 or 4 times, and they're like, no. And they never, like, they wouldn't turn off. Like, it was so crazy. It's interesting, like, how much working with Willie's, like, as much as Willie's was like a shit show, the venue was pretty behind doing comedy. And you really notice that when you do it at some place where it's not. Because the Wild Boar did comedy for a while. That was Drew's stand-up.
Oh, yeah.
Drew's claim to fame is, of course, beating me in the Acme contest.
Well, where is he now?
I don't know. It's probably fucking...
Right.
Probably in Hollywood off that credit, right?
We're probably still running an open mic, probably in Jersey.
Tell people who you are and where they can find you. I want you to promote you. Let's just
hey,
reach out of the
everybody.
box and promote you.
Well, I'm Wayne Burfine. I'm a comic. I taught Corey how to be himself on stage.
Yeah, I guess you do.
You
get
can
that
find
credit.
me.
That's a pretty bold credit to just spout, but I guess you get that.
Well, you got people here who love to hate you. I decided I'd give them another reason to realize that you're phony.
I mean, at least you're not promoting an optional other thing.
Right. That's my Instagram. Just made Corey realize he's a failure.
Yeah. Oh, you're not wrong. Hey, I realized that long before your Instagram, sir.
Right. But yeah, man. I'm a beer enthusiast. You can find out at The Beer Finds. My wife and I drink beer on Facebook and Instagram.
Did you say The Beer Finds?
Yep. It's one of the best ways someone mispronounced my last name, and I was like,
fucking great. And you guys are doing like a couple's beer review?
Yeah, we talk about beers and
oh my god, I'm so
stuff.
mad. I'm so mad at how great that is.
Yeah, it's we're adorable. Still working on getting our merch going on that. But otherwise, the Orange Love.
How are you, like, so I know that you're okay because your wife actually has a real job, but I mean, like, how is not being out, and I know you weren't, like, I know you're like the Quizler these days, but how is like not being out and doing like your trivia shows or even just getting out to doing anything like that's not affecting your mental condition at all? Like you're enjoying it?
Yeah, no, I did one of those like Instagram and Zoom kind of things, and the fact that there's only 2 people laughing at my jokes that I didn't sit in the house with, like, was far more enjoyable than I would have expected.
Have you done any,
Like
like
someone
you should
telling
do
me,
some of your trivia shows online.
you know what? There's so many out there right now that do it, and they do a lot more work into it.
Yeah,
than
but you're
I
way
would
better at
ever
that shit. I
want
mean,
to.
one of the things that I always loved is when I would fill in on trivia for you. Like, just like the people love what you do. Like, they're loyal to your brand, and I feel like a lot of those people, especially like the Roseville Grumpies crew and stuff, like they would go online to play trivia with you.
Oh yeah, no, though they're the group that has been on me about it right away when it happened. But my laptop shit on me like the
Did
day
that
I
cost
was
extra?
working. No, I had to wear the latex. So
Yeah.
with a warm feeling, it wasn't the true sensation. It's kind of a rip-off. It's
Not
like a happy ending with a
enough.
latex glove. You know what I mean? Not worth it.
More of a foregone conclusion at that point.
Right.
But you're not like
But
you
yeah,
don't
man.
feel any kind of like missing out or anything.
No, you know what, man? I was at the end. I mean, I was barely going out to open mics as it was, and so I didn't miss that aspect going in. Now I'm sitting here listening to you guys talk about mics and stuff, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta get back out there just to see all these other kids coming up and doing awesome and then leaving, and then having the people who are shitty and hanging out forever. It never changes.
Dave just said, "Oh, neat! I can listen to both streams at the same time." Get fucked, Dave.
Was that the Centrific MPLS you're talking about?
Fuck you! Fuck all of you! Garbage. You guys are garbage.
Or was that
people.
Mikey Two Milk? I forget which one we're plugging.
He said, "A beer expert. Cool. What's your opinion on Pabst Blue Ribbon?"
It's beer. Do I win? No, it's a shit beer, but frat boys love it, and it makes a lot of money because it's easy to train you into being able to suffer down an IPA.
So what is it? What's the best shitty venue?
God, there's so many.
Well, okay, don't even
think of
it as the best. Don't even think of it as the best.
Daryl's downtown. What was that? Station 4, Station 6. What was that one that had the concert venue right next to it?
Station 4.
He would do a Station 4. Yeah, he would do a contest every week just to get people to come in, and
that was awesome. I won that contest twice.
I won it 3 times, twice doing.
I probably still have fucking those wooden nickels somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Because right after I won like the second, I think I won it 3 times actually. And after I won it the 3rd time, they're like, "You're not going to win it again." But I went home and it was like, I had so many wooden nickels, I felt uncomfortable cashing them in.
Right. Yes. Because they gave you like 10 of them. They gave you like 2 or 3 just showing up. And then if you won that contest, they gave you a fistful.
Stephen Tovar says, "If I can get all of Corey's listeners on your channel, I'll get your Game Boy back from Corey at Dave." Fucking bitch. I hate you guys. You know what's funny is like you guys think this is so fucking cute, but I've lost 10 viewers. There were 10 people that were here before that are gone.
Huh.
And I swear to God, if they're in that fight, I'm gonna kill Dave. Look.
Yeah.
I hope that this isn't admissible in court
MPLS
eventually,
just went
but
up
I'm
by
going
10.
to kill fucking Dave.
Weird.
Fuck you!
Yeah, dude, I think Station 4 was probably the best shitty because I hated parking down there, and I just hated going down in that area. And
Oh yeah, you had to park on that weird ass like quasi like parking ramp. That thing was weird.
yeah, if that weird guy wasn't hanging out.
That's
by
what I'm
it,
saying.
yeah.
That weird guy, dude. There were like 3 homeless guys that just stalked that area.
Oh God, I don't even think they were homeless, man. I think they just loved dressing up. That was cosplay for them.
Now Dave
But
is
I
calling for a
actually-
raid on Centrific Minneapolis. I fucking
Right.
let's talk about where tonight's show went wrong, shall we? I feel like it was when Dave was born.
No, I think it was when we were trying to go outside and watch satellites stream across the sky.
Yeah, you should be promoting social distancing anyways, Dave. This is on you.
No, when the cop showed up too, or announced that he was a cop, then all the crazy ass questions started, and that got people really going into goofy
It's
questions.
really weird how he was like, "I was a cop," and they were like, "Hey, field these questions that should be for a lawyer."
Hey, tell me this thing I should have known in high school. Any simple law class would have told me.
Magic Cosmos says, "I want Dave to get Cosby'd." That's intense.
Which way?
Yeah, like you want him to get like really big and have maybe the best stand-up special ever. Bill Cosby himself. I'm sorry that he's a monster. That's still a good stand-up special. I don't know what to fucking tell you about that. I don't know how to come to terms with that in my own brain. I just know it's the facts.
Right? How does one of your heroes just turn into the biggest monster? You got to be like, who are your influences?
He wasn't even necessarily my hero, but Bill Cosby himself is one of the best stand-up specials ever made.
Period.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's not even one of those like comedy is subjective. Like watch it, it's so fucking good, and it laid the groundwork for what stand-up comedy would be well into the '80s.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, he is the greatest storyteller.
Who's your favorite comic of all time?
Seriously is Bill Cosby. Man.
Really?
I
Okay.
grew up on him. I own all of his CDs and all that shit came out. I'm just like, fuck. Because he was clean too. That was the thing. Because I could listen to him around the house. George Carlin, he was just poetry.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Bobcat Goldthwait. I still think he's
that
amazing.
album, like I don't mean to insult you, but you look like Bobcat. Like that album is so fucking good.
What about Meat Bob? Did you ever listen to that one?
Yeah, Meat Bob is great too. I love that older one. Like there was a one right before he got like really hardcore into directing the I don't mean to insult you one, but like where he was like reflecting like the idea of his character having a kid was super funny to me.
Yeah, right. Right.
It's really crazy. Like and then I don't know, Bill Hicks is probably my favorite still, but I remember Revelations. Revelations was like a life-changing moment to me.
Yeah, with Bill, it was like, I think he really opened up more grounds for like the Bill Maher and Dennis Millers, because he would get political on there, and then when he started noticing that he was losing the crowd, then he would go into his wacky, kooky stuff, but he was so determined just to make a point. I mean, it was kind of Lenny Bruce-ish, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like there's just some parts you're like, why is this supposed to be funny? But then you realize, back in the fucking 60s, that was like basically saying the F word, screaming an F word at church, what he's just talking about, the subject matter he'd be talking about.
Right.
Like that it was obscene that you were talking about the freedom of black people. Like, wait, what? I'm sorry, you get in trouble for talking about human rights? What now? But back then, but
Bunk, who is the cop, says, "I'm here for bad legal advice, even if I'm the one giving it."
Yeah, he wins. He's got it.
Mikey Tumuk says, "I got the music playing in the other video the whole time. It's good bed music for the show. Fuck you guys."
Wait, is Centrifuge MPLS got the hype train?
Shut up! Yet? No, they don't have a hype train going on. You piece of shit. What's my name? Sandy says Eddie Murphy in 1984. I listened to it over and over again. Yeah, this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people. I never liked him as a stand-up. Like it was never my thing. I thought he was brilliant in SNL, and I thought he was awesome as an actor. I love his fucking movies, but Delirious never did anything for me. Like, and what's interesting is that not only did it not do much for me, but when I went back and listened to it, it did even less for me because it doesn't age well. Like Raw and Delirious don't age well, and they didn't do anything for me in the early 90s when I first came across them, and now they're even worse.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I understand people liked his pageantry, and he was, a good storyteller, but it was just like you're trying so hard to be the middle of Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby right now. You know what I mean? Like I really felt like he tried to take both of those two together, and he succeeded at stuff. But yeah, his character work on like SNL is amazing. That's kind of like my feelings towards Kevin Hart. Like I don't really care for him as a stand-up, but I'll watch pretty much any movie he's in.
The username My Ex-Girlfriend says Aaron has a massive penis. You're hearing it from a reliable source. I don't like. Is that one of Eddie Murphy's names? I don't know what they're referencing.
What, Aaron?
Yeah, he's got a massive penis. Isaac's?
Oh, there you go. That would make sense. Yeah, that's definitely, he's talking about Aaron.
Not as massive as, they're talking about Aaron Imholt from the Steel Toe Show. I got you.
Oh, there you go.
It only took reading 2 more comments to figure out what the fuck was going on.
Excuse me, bitch.
Words. They're so hard.
Yeah, they're really bad.
You know what I like? There's this one MPLS. They are centric MPLS. There's no words at all, so it's really easy to listen to.
Shut the fuck up!
I almost said symmetric. So
yeah, well, I mean, good. I wish you would have.
Wait, are they getting like height points when people just mention their name on other Twitches and stuff?
I don't care, but I don't know,
Is it-
Wayne. Stop it.
Is it other
Stop
Twitches
it.
or is it other channels?
Stop it.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Just quit it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll stop asking about Twitches and channels.
Are you doing any like skits or anything, or you're just being a lump? You're a creative lump.
Well, I just started working from home for the carpet cleaning place that I was part-time in at.
But I mean, like,
Pick
are you
that
doing
shit up,
any? Are you doing any like fucking sweet ass like, like
Oh,
sketches or some shit?
I've got so many great my roommate jokes right now because I can't do wife jokes. They probably got a new half-hour special just on my air quote roommate. It's going pretty good. It's my creative outlet. But no, I'm just lumping it really. I'm more going over merch shit that I've been making because I got new. Did you see my new caps I got?
Your new what?
I got ball caps. You know that
Oh yeah,
Monokov?
caps. You're like, I always tell people you're like the fucking Baron of merch. I have never seen anybody so fucking aggressive with merch in all the times I've been doing comedy. I'll never forget, and this is one of my favorite stories ever. I don't know who the headliner was. I don't remember, right? I was the MC and you were the feature, and it was at New Hope Cinema Grill.
Yeah.
And the headliner was just somebody that was like some credit, but was kind of a dick. And you and I were both joking about what a dick he was. And like after the show, you started poaching his merch sales in a manner that I can only call snake oil elixir excellent.
See?
And it was just
That's why you
like, it
don't
was
wanna
like
be
the
my enemy,
greatest thing
man.
I've ever seen. And at this point, you were only selling like Asperger and Wamberger shit.
Yeah.
But you had like the fucking you had the fucking iPad before anybody. Like you had all the shit before anybody had it. And you're like, oh, you don't take credit card? I take credit card. What's going on? Orange Love, holler here. Give me a credit card. Woo!
Yeah, that's don't be mean to me. That's the lesson there. Because I mean, I'll bow down to a nice headliner, but I did that. There's another comic I did that to. He was. I'm not gonna say his name, but he has like 15 shirts, and his last 10 minutes is just a merch sale.
Mikey
anyway,
Two Milk says, I got Farm Sim on the TV, techno music on the laptop, and Corey in the earbuds. Sensory overload. Whoa. We'll take off the techno. Fuck Dave. Turn it off.
Well, you just hate techno that much, or you just hate
No,
Dave?
I fucking, this fucker Dave, right? I fucking I invite him on my show, and then he's like, but beforehand he was like, oh, hey, go outside and watch this sweet star nerd thing. And then I give him parameters. I gave him solid parameters. I was like, hey man, we're just trying to build a community. I'm trying to fucking give keep people indoors, keep them on Twitch. And then he starts promoting his own bullshit, which I listen to because I think it's happening tomorrow or the next day or till 3 in the morning because he raves. And then it's like, yeah, it's going on right now. Come on over right now. Like, fuck you. Are you kidding me with that shit?
Come over now. We'll send you over some free Molly.
Right.
What?
What the fuck? Yes, I hope so. I hope there's free Molly involved.
Right. Well, it has to, man. You ever listen to Techno Sober?
That's got to be the worst
God.
part about social distancing raves is the drugs are worst.
God, my God.
He's still doing it. He goes, anyways, we booked some talented people, and now he's putting the roster in the channel.
You gotta mute him. Who's that guy you silenced?
I'm not going to mute him because here's the thing. Dave made a very public stance about how he was muting me, and I absolutely laced into him for it. So I'm kind of at his whim. I can't even block him or I'm a hypocrite. He literally pit me against my morals or my pride, and I don't think I can win this battle, Wayne.
That's why Dave's the best.
It's why he's the fucking worst.
Oh, he got Corey to hate Corey.
Corey
Again.
already hated Corey. Let's be honest about that.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Well, we know.
Corey hates Corey more than anyone else hates Corey, and that's just the reality.
I don't know. What did your dad? I mean, he left really early. That's a lot of hate.
Yeah, right? What a fucking bitch. I'm so mad about it.
And it was your fault, though, so that's why.
I know it was my fucking fault, Wayne. I get that. I don't need you to just wipe my nose in it or whatever.
It was your birthday cake up to 16. It was your fault.
Yeah,
Your
okay,
mom
look.
sets it down.
Get fucked first of all. Tom Chilstrom at least is gaining my faith back by saying it's Euro trash, it ain't techno. And then the cop just says Corey is, and then put an emoji of me. So I am me, I guess.
You are you.
And now Mikey is requesting they play some Guar on the other fucking channel. Fuck you, Mikey.
Ooh, that'll get you to crossover.
I know. I will end the show early and watch.
Right.
That's why I'm mad. Also,
We'll see if
everybody
he's
go to
got live in
Venmo at
Antarctica.
Corey Adam Comedy. Donate. Help me out since Dave is fucking cross-promoting like a goddamn bitch.
Well, he's smart. He's smart. That's why
Hi,
he's the
Wayne.
best.
I didn't mean for this to sidetrack our interview, but I don't care.
Right.
This-
You got to defend your product, buddy.
Yes. He's fucking with my brand image.
Believe it or not.
And now he just gave me 420 bits and says, wow, Corey, have some more scraps. Now he's fucking highballing me because he's making way more money on his fucking, like, nerd rave or whatever. Ugh!
Yeah, but he's splitting those proceeds, man. That's not all his.
I just picked the wrong day to stop smoking crack. That's all I'm saying.
No, you should always not smoke crack. It's not every day is the right day to quit smoking
Whatever,
crack.
crude. Get fucked.
Well, no, then you gotta use it as a suppository. That's where you get the good buzz.
Oh, yeah? So,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like butt crack at that point.
Yeah, double butt crack.
Double butt crack.
Double butt crack.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do like online trivia? Are you gonna do sketches? What are you gonna do to keep the fucking Wayne Burfine creativity train running?
Well, with the beer fines thing, we're putting a lot of effort into.
But I feel like
'cause we've
that's
been-
not like you will enjoy that. You will be good at it. It will be popular because it's great. It's a great idea and great concept. But I feel like you're a guy that needs more outlets than just one.
I would say 10 years ago, sure. But it really dies off the older you get.
Yeah.
I mean, creative, and seriously, I'm still writing. I'm just seriously working on merch stuff, figuring out that line with the ideas that we've come up so far. That's been a fun outlet. Like art, I do a lot of art stuff too.
Yeah. Well, that's what
When
I'm
I
saying.
don't
Like,
share
what's
it,
the next
it's
thing?
not great, but dude, I'm just I really am just gonna hop right back on and get going where I was at. Just keep writing. Doing these shows like this are always fun, just to talk to somebody else that doesn't have my wife's opinions. Oh, I'm sorry, my roommate's opinions. It's always fun. But
My roommates.
yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just really chilling. I'm enjoying this. I really am.
But you're doing all right, huh? You really are. Like,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not just hard selling it. You actually are enjoying this.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. It just was like, man, I was a homebody, and it just gets more and more homebody the less I go out. But yeah, it's not bothering me in the least. It's not. It's just more listening to the people bitching and just hating even reading any news article, because then you got to double research check every goddamn thing that comes out now.
Hooray, it's me says, I miss you, Wayne, and then gave 500 bits and says bits for Wayne.
Who did that?
Hooray, it's me.
Who's that?
Twitch, man. Twitch.
Oh, I love you. Thank you for giving Corey bits. What
You'll
do you
see a
give for
percent.
bits?
You'll see a percentage.
Oh, so is that like 4 cents? Am I going to be getting off of that, or
Spoiler
am I
alert.
being
Spoiler
steep? Am I
alert.
being steep?
Spoiler alert: you're not going to see a percentage.
Oh, not. Wait, no, that's just the truth. That's not a spoiler. That's just the truth. You didn't ruin the movie. You think I was going to get something from you? I could just see you writing a check for 4 cents. That'd be great.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
Hey, yo,
I'm gonna write you a check for exactly what that is. I'm gonna do the math, and I'm gonna write you a check for exactly what the fuck that is.
I'm going to tie 4 pennies to
Yeah.
a carrier pigeon and
Yes.
just fucking.
Yes.
If you get it, buddy.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming up on time. Tell people where to get a hold of you, as you don't do anything else, I guess, as you just enjoy
Right.
relaxing into the infinity.
Oh, it's been great. I've been catching up on all my podcasts. Oh, it's so great. I'm just kidding. Oh, did you see the Beastie Boys story movie?
I did not.
Oh, it's fucking phenomenal. And then read their book too, the Beastie Boys story. Just go get that stuff. Enjoy.
Okay.
But the beer fines.
Oh,
is the
hooray,
one
it's
thing
me
I'm
as
pushing.
Jana, she said.
Oh, hey, what's going on,
Oh,
girl?
hey. There you go. All right, keep going. Go. Pro, go.
And then Orange Love, LUV, will get you places too. And then just Wayne Burfine on the Facebook, and I'll be all over places. I'm posting stuff, and I'm gonna start doing the joke of the day again I did for the first week. That went great, and then I was just like, this is fucking dumb. But I'm gonna get back on that, I guess. But yeah, Corey, you're beautiful. I love you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
go
Thanks.
back
Hey,
to,
thanks for coming on and doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
I'm going to Centrific MPLS now. You have a good one.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me? And he hung up on me? Huh. Well, thanks, Dave, for ruining the whole fucking show. Ugh. If you're just joining us, stay here and don't go to any other channel. No other channel is endorsed by us. Every other link that's shared at the same time is Renegade. Yeah, that was a cold exit. It was very, very rude. Makes me question our friendship and makes me feel bad as a human being. So whatever. Yeah. Anyways, let's what time is it? 9? Let's go early to Tovar. We get Tovar out of the way early. You better not be on Centrific Force.
You really kind of fucked. I was just listening to a good song. And
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you all! I'm going pee, and don't you dare promote that other channel. I'll be right back.
Just had a good beat going in the background. You can see like the turntables. It was just I just subscribed actually. I'd recommend everyone go over there right now and subscribe because it's the only way that Dave's getting his Game Boy back. What's going on, everybody? Hi. This is a fun show tonight. I want to get drunk and watch more people derail Corey Adams. This is my request to you, the room. This is what I want to see. He'll have plenty of people watching him tomorrow. He's got to keep people humble. Like some people, we got to keep Corey like humble. If he knows that 20 people are going to watch him, no matter what he does, it's going to go to his head. I don't know. I'm just going to continue to promote your show, Dave. That's the best way that I know that I could let Corey Adams know how much I love him. Is just by telling people that they should really go check out, your shit. It's really good. He's taking an extra long time tonight. It's because, see, he's taking an extra long time because he knows that I'm encouraging people to go check out Dave's channel. I think it's worth it. Be funny, clown. You're not the boss of me, Tom. Be funny, clown. What's the matter, Corey? It's funny. I'm not really providing content. I'm just laughing. This is great fun. Yeah, I encourage everyone to make some mistakes. Go have a couple. You don't have to be. You can be polyamorous on your Twitch channel, guys. You don't have to just be addicted to one person here. You can go out and find a bunch of different things to like, and you can watch them at the same time. Or you can find things that are better than Corey, so you don't even have to watch this show anymore. I hear him listening in the background to me talking shit about him. This is the best. This is the best. He's stuck in the bathroom.
I'm not stuck in the bathroom, you piece of shit. I'll fucking bury you, you piece of shit.
I just want people to know.
How fucking dare you?
I just want you.
I give you my trust. I give you the helm to the show while I can evacuate my fucking urethra of urine. And this is how you repay me.
I really appreciate that opportunity. I was telling people how good your show is.
You were not. I was watching it.
But you didn't let me finish. But that there were other shows that were probably better that they're not giving a try, and it's unfair.
Fucked.
If they want to know how good your show is, they got to go out there and try other shows so that they know how good
No,
your
that's
show
not
really
what you
is.
like. Look, motherfucker, look. I know that you don't understand this because you host a show 3 times a day on fucking Tumblr
3
or whatever.
times a day. Yeah.
But the reality is this.
Yes.
You want to keep the clients here. They're here experiencing a thing. And you and Dave are not helping. You don't know what it's like to build this fucking multimedia juggernaut that is this Twitch channel? This unnamed Twitch channel?
I think that last rant lost you 2 viewers.
No, it gained me 2 viewers, motherfucker. I'm looking at the numbers. Fuck you.
I'm just trying to gaslight you.
Yeah, stop it, bitch.
You're just never going to be as popular or as good at Dave as on Twitch. That's all.
All right, look, first off, that's not Dave. Dave did it set at 2 p.m. because he was booked on the fucking undercard, all right?
Well, I'm just
Second off, Dave's not even watching it. He's outside looking at the fucking moon rocks like a fucking nerd.
I'm just saying that whatever he's a part of is better content than what you have here. That's what I'm trying to say. That's, I guess, the bottom line. That's
the Stevens Mall says, I feel like it's a bad time to start watching now that everybody jumped ships. God damn it.
Your Blaze, man. This is the Hindenburg. It's going down. It was good while it lasted.
Thanks. Yeah,
it's
thanks.
It's going to be beautiful.
Thanks for literally ruining the only way I have to make money, you two.
It's going to be beautiful to watch it burn. Hey, man.
Hey, guys, I can't wait. I can't wait till tomorrow when I'm on Mixer.
I have some leftover ham soup for you.
Oh, good. Throw it down your throat and make you fucking die.
I don't think that's gonna pay your rent, dude.
Cross-promoting little twat. Both of you.
Dude, what?
I give you guys the fucking venue to reach 30 people. Consistently, 30 people. I give you this avenue. And this is how you two repay me. Rats.
Have you ever thought of
You're
this?
rats on this ship.
Have you ever thought of this?
What?
Just learn how to DJ, dude. Problem solved. Yeah, you didn't think of that, did you? You'll be turning now. 4 a.m. to DJ. Look at it. You are going to be...
Look. I don't even know the first thing about DJing. First off, I don't even have the sound effects.
Hey,
Second off, there's nothing I could do that would make me a DJ.
You are fake news.
And fourth of all, you can get fucked.
Just give Dave back his Game Boy. I'm sure he'll stop competing.
I don't have his fucking Game Boy.
Well, why did you tell me in secret?
What do you know? What? Okay,
and
first
that
off,
I should never tell anybody, especially Dave.
Now
that
you're just fucking lying.
Why would I do something like that? I mean, you told me something like that.
Because this is what you do. You're a fucking instrument of chaos.
This is fake news.
Life isn't going the way you want it to, so you want to take it out on everybody else.
I'm just saying you shouldn't start rumors about taking people's Game Boy.
I didn't take his fucking Game Boy, and I didn't say anything to you. I didn't even know he was losing his Game Boy. I didn't even know it was gone.
Magic Cosmos said he's going to have R. Kelly piss on Tovar. This is great. He's a good friend of mine.
Okay, question, though. Here's the question, Tovar.
Yeah.
Would you let R. Kelly piss on you if he tagged it and retweeted it on Instagram and Twitter?
I mean, yeah, I'd be pretty famous, right? You got to kind of let R.
The answer is yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I would let him pee on me, and I'd buy a Game Boy. So that I could watch Dave's Twitch channel.
Yeah, no, not right now though, right? Like it goes till 2. You don't have to go right now. That's what I'm saying.
Oh well,
and fuck you and him for promoting it at the same time. You fucking shitheels, both of you. I'm glad. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying this so much. I really am. I'm glad.
Oh, should I? So is this not the time you want me to talk about the 3-hour shows I'm starting Fridays through Tuesday, 7:45 to like 10:30? You don't want me to talk about those shows I'm starting right now?
Bring it, bitch. I will crush you. Let's compete, bitch. Let's do it. You don't have the stones. I got you. I would bury you. I'm not scared of that. What I am scared about is a bunch of brain dead people jumping over to a sweet rave station.
No. Well, I'm glad I know what you fear at least, even if it's not me.
I don't fear you at all. I've never feared you. What's your fucking tip for today? And don't you dare promote that other channel, you piece of shit.
I'm not just Dave's channel, but there's other things out there that you can experience besides. Make sure to pay attention to the shows that I'm starting every Thursday. Excuse me, every Friday through Tuesday. 7:45 until I feel like quitting.
And now Dave is saying free drugs in the other channel. Free drugs. Fuck
Wait,
you.
free drugs? You've never offered me free drugs, Corey.
Okay, look.
What?
Fuck you. Look, I don't know what the fuck your problem is, and I don't know what your fucking attitude thing is. Like, it's just fucking... Look, I don't know where you and Dave get off trying to promote that bullshit on this channel at the same time. That's garbage. I've been here for you. I've been elevating you, and this is what, like, what? You're just gonna get, like, fucking all excited? You didn't even know there was free drugs when you betrayed me. That's the thing that sucks.
Well, that's what makes it even better, is that not only did I betray you for nothing, but now it benefits me even more.
What benefits you even more?
The drugs.
Oh, he cut out. Nothing I can do, you guys. That was clearly how it was meant to be. I can't. All right, fine. Yeah, fine. I'll call him. Okay, fine. Fine. I'll call him back. Jesus. I want you to know that we lost connection, and
Yeah,
it's
it must have been
it's
it,
not that I hung up on you and then got guilted by my DM box about calling you back.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, you just interrupted me from typing out Dave's Twitch channel on your feed. That's all. I mean, that's fine. I mean, the longer you talk to me, it's just the longer it takes for me to get that all typed out so that the people know that there are other shows out there.
There's no other shows. I don't know
Well,
if you know this,
as long
but
as
when
you-
you're in here, Twitch is all that exists is Corey, baby. I own Twitch. Twitch is me, baby.
As long as you talk to me, no one else will ever know that because my hands are too busy to type that out in the chat feed.
Dave just said, Corey, keep it down. I'm trying to watch this other stream. Get
Yeah.
fucked.
I can imagine how your voice is really kind of like fucking up the vibe of the other channel. Like, people should really just pick one or the other, and it should be the one that they vibe with most. And that isn't the screaming Italian who's losing his shit.
I think that is the one they vibe with the most.
Yeah, maybe.
I just want to know where you think that that's okay. Like, where you think any of this is okay.
Hey, man, free drugs.
Did you just hang up on me? All right, well, Tovar obviously got disconnected again. There's no way that was intentional. Huh. I did. That's right, J Money the Hawk. I did have disappointed parent voice going on. Well, here we are. I guess we'll jump into the fucking news section now. Because frankly, this got ruined. So whatever. Let's do a round of news. Get out of here. I hear there's free drugs somewhere. We'll get to that. Let's see here. Here we go. Let's go with a bunch of shit. So, first off, where did I want to go? Hold on. Yeah, I came across this, and I thought this was really crazy, is that Johnny Depp... Let's talk Kim Jong. Yeah, I was going to do that. I was going to show Johnny Depp's finger incident, and then, so here's Johnny Depp testifying on when he got his finger cut off. I think this thing is great. We will get to Kim Jong-un next. Okay, hold on.
Basically, I had a pretty nasty injury. That I actually, I had to protect her at the time, and so I said that it was caught in the door, these huge accordion doors at this house. That wasn't the case at all. She smashed. She threw a vodka bottle at me. And my hand was resting on the marble of the bar like that. And the first bottle went just past my ear. And the second one was a larger bottle, and she threw it from about this distance. It smashed into the bar, which and this finger, who I now call Little Richard, was the tip of the finger was severed, and all the bone in here was completely shattered. I mean, it looked like Vesuvius. And then I got infections. I ended up with MRSA twice, so it's very complicated. I was trying to just get the finger back, you know, and deal with the insanity of having had my finger chopped off by this woman.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
I don't recall any of that stuff. When I was down, or when the film was, or when I was off, not being able to work because of the severity of the injury, I had to go back to Los Angeles and have surgery. So most of the time, what I was dealing with was just recuperating, or just, I didn't want to lose the finger, because MRSA infection is really.
So why this is important, right?
Evil.
Is that let's see?
So I was really just worried about.
There we go. There. Why that's important is that he got attacked, and a lot of people basically ruined his career over it, and it was pretty crazy to come out, and all the medical stuff kind of backs him up. So yeah. Let's check on there now. Okay, shut up. All right, yeah, we're gonna talk Kim Jong-un. He wasn't in Dr. Dolittle. I don't think he was. I like the Dr. Dolittle movie he did recently. Yeah, I don't think he was in. Maybe he was, I guess. I don't know. I can't tell you if that's true or not. All right. Let's go to Kim Jong-un, shall we? And what I want to do here is I want to do a couple different things. We're going to go Kim Jong-un first, but I want to show you how it's interesting, the different narratives that you get with media. And I know that some of the people in here are Republicans, so they're not going to like me banging on fucking Fox News, but I mean, you got to be honest with this shit. And here we go with that. Let's go. Boom. So this is a special that was launched on Fox News. And this was about it. And listen to the way that they progress the story and the way that they just kind of present it to you, right? Just watch.
Report out this morning, not yet confirmed by Fox News, but our correspondents are working on it. Says that.
So they already admitted right away in the beginning of it, none of this is confirmed. So at this point, what they're reporting is strictly hearsay. And they said so out of the first, we're 6 seconds into this clip, and they just admit to the fact that they don't really know what they're talking about. It's all hearsay. That's what's interesting about Fox. CNN does this. MSNBC does this. This is a very classic, mainstream media trick. Notice how she said, she starts out with the reports, and then she says that they're unconfirmed. So this is the same as when they say some are saying. It doesn't mean anything. You can progress whatever you want.
Well, a new report out this morning, not yet confirmed by Fox News, but our correspondents are working on it, says that China has now sent a team of medical experts over to North Korea to take a look.
How fucked up is it when China is like, hey, man, we think you're not being honest. We're going to fucking verify.
Look at Kim Jong-un. This comes as the North Korean leader's health remains unclear. For more insight, we're joined now by Bruce Klingner. He's a senior research fellow for Northeast Asia over at the Heritage Foundation. Bruce, thanks for joining us. Thanks. We're seeing everything now bubbling up in terms of foreign reporting from Kim Jong-un.
So again, they're seeing everything bubbling up, foreign reporting, all this stuff, but this is all hearsay based on unconfirmed information. And because they said that at the beginning, they can keep driving down whatever narrative tunnel they want. And again, it's like Fox News is one of the easiest to pick up doing this, but they're not the only ones that do this. CNN does this, CNBC does this, Reason, they all do this.
On is totally fine, recovered well from his surgery in mid-April too. He's actually in a vegetative state now, verging on death. Based on what is known publicly and based on
he has to
what
be alive,
you know
you're
about
Chinese,
the
that's pretty
regime,
good.
what's your best guess as to where he actually is?
Well, quite simply, we don't know. As you point out, we've had rumors, everything from...
Now look at how good that guy is. That's just the expert in the field, right? Notice the difference between the journalist piping the narrative to that. The first thing he says is, we don't know. Then why are you here talking about it? Because that's what they need to get clicks. It's all clickbait. Modern news is clickbait.
From he's dead, he's brain dead. Then U.S. intelligence saying that he was seen walking around the port city of Wonsan several days ago, and that he may have evacuated himself to the Wonsan simply to avoid being infected by COVID. The Chinese medical team may be there to deal with COVID, or if Kim has COVID, or others around him. So we've had initial reports which were downplayed by U.S., South Korean, and Chinese officials. But then we've seen this recent...
So everybody's downplaying the idea that a giant instrumental dictator in the world political spectrum might be dead. Weird. Because if Kim Jong-un is dead, this opens up the route to balancing our checkbooks through North Korea. And so this is going to be an interesting three-country grab of power between Russia, China, and America to see who can seize these goods. Because as we go, I have another link about this, about the lines of succession. They're so murky that it will actually be pretty easy to interfere with, would be my guess.
Spate of rumors, and we really don't know what's going on there.
So we do know that he is 30, well, it is believed, estimated that he is 36 years old because the government never confirms his real age. We also know from Western reporting and Western intelligence that he is...
There's something really funny too. Nobody knows his age. Kim Jong-un's age is classified information. I hope that at some point I become so powerful where I can do that on a professional level. How old is Corey? Oh, I don't know. We're not allowed to ask. That's fucking hilarious.
Is in bad health. He has respiratory problems, heart problems. We know he had some kind of cardiac surgery in April.
Okay, so that's all we're going to do with this. If you want to watch the whole Fox News clip, you definitely can. I'm not going to tell anybody how to live, but there it is, right? And Captain Judah says, how old is Corey? I'm not going to tell you. That's classified information. You have to go through the South Korean, get what I did there? North Korean? I guess it would be North Korean government to understand it. According to North Korea, he's a god and probably wasn't born. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's god dictator shit, and that's one of the things. But what I wanted to show you is just the difference in how the different outlets approach how they bring up this shit. I mean, here's the, where is it? That one? I think it's this one. Let's double check. Hold on. Gotta watch a commercial, which I'm not gonna make you watch because fuck that. Damn Korean secrets. That's right. Yeah, we got a bunch of Korean secrets. Sounds good. Kung Pao comedy, anybody? Here we are. Korean secrets. When I was younger, I worked at a Perkins. And whenever they would go in or out of a door, they would say you would have a tray. So they would say tray in or tray out. But the funny thing is, when I was there, I would always say Korean or Corey out because I thought it was super funny. Maybe that's not as funny as I thought it was, but it was funny in my mind. But so the overall impression and the overall point of all of this, right, is now I'm going to show you a link. And this was done by PBS. I think it might have even been TBT. I don't know for sure. I cannot verify that, but I think it was done locally. And the thing here that's interesting is watch how a company like Fox approaches a news story like this, right? Because they're trying to get clicks. They're trying to get all this money. And then you look at PBS, whose funding comes from the viewers, and their revenue isn't necessarily clickbait. Look at how much more honest this story is being portrayed. Because at Fox News, we know we don't really know anything, and anything you're going to do is conjecture without stating the facts. So this is PBS. Watch the difference, again, in the exact same news story. I think it's really interesting.
In North Korea today, there was still no sign of the country's leader Kim Jong-un. It's not unusual for North Korean leaders to disappear from public view, sometimes for weeks at a time, but Kim missed a significant ceremony last week. That sparked speculation about his health. His last public appearance was April 11th. Another mystery, the secretive country continues to claim there are 0 cases of COVID-19 there. Joining us today from Washington, D.C. is Jean Lee, director of the Korea program at the Wilson Center. Let's start with the humanitarian crisis. How equipped is North Korea to deal with something like the coronavirus?
North Korea has such a fragile healthcare system. You know, I visited so many hospitals and clinics during my years reporting there. They didn't have heat. They didn't have running water. You know, often they just had 2 water basins. It was like something out of a different century. And so, especially when we talk about something like the importance of hand washing, they don't have soap, they don't have water, they don't have electricity. And certainly, you know, the last time I was there was in 2017, so it's been a couple of years. But even the most up-to-date hospitals were lacking in antibiotics, lacking in basic supplies. And there was one clinic I went to where the doctor told me that most of their deaths were for something as simple.
So what's really interesting about this is you have an actual expert, you have everybody saying that they don't know what's going on, and then they're presenting evidence. This is how journalism should work. Way more than what it's become on your Fox or your MSNBC or your CNN.
As diarrhea, that they didn't have the ability to stop diarrhea, and that kids would die because they simply couldn't stop it. So I just think about how ill-equipped North Korea is to deal with a pandemic like coronavirus.
How believable is it then that a country adjacent to China would have no cases at all?
It's very hard to believe. I mean, they did take very strict measures and stopped much of.
Here's the thing that's really interesting about North Korea as it pertains to all this is that they don't have any cases of coronavirus, which is probably bullshit, but they also were one of the first to go draconian measures on the borders, on everything else. So it's also possible that they might be telling the truth, and that's fucking weird.
Of the traffic in and out of the country in January. However, it is the only country bordering China that claims it has no cases. The only other country.
Now, to be fair, she's right about that, but Taiwan and Thailand have very low cases, as does Japan. So even though there's no cases, North Korea's got way more border control, so it's not that infeasible, in my opinion.
Countries that have claimed these cases are either Pacific Island countries or countries that have a very poor record when it comes to providing proper information.
Tim, we all know you've had trouble with diarrhea. Stop it. We're talking Kim Jong-un right now. You're really defiling his memory right now, bro.
And so I think we do have to question whether this information is accurate.
Let's talk a little bit about the rumors from earlier this week, because that's all they are. It's very hard to get any fact.
Notice again how this guy goes out of his way to let you know, hey, these are rumors. Let's talk about the rumors, but these are rumors. And that the way news is presented sometimes is more important than the accuracy of the story, because these are both the same story. Accuracy, 100%, but you can take a biased introspection on something and make it so that you're spinning a tale that the facts don't really support. And that's one of the biggest problems with our country. You see CNBC, you see MSNBC, you see CNN, you see Fox News, you see like The Guardian, The Hill, The Salon, The Blaze. These are all like avenues that are doing this strategy. And what you do is you get everything to a heightened state, and then what you're talking about is more hyperbole than news. One of the things I really loved about this whole presentation here on PBS, they get away from that, even stopping halfway in to admit that they don't really know what's going on. That's really cool.
Verified from North Korea, but how is Kim Jong-un's health?
It was such a frenzy of speculation this week, and at this point, we still don't know. The state of the leader's health is something that is a closely guarded secret, and certainly if he is as ill as they say, that would be something that they would keep a close hold on. And I don't think that we will know for quite some time, if ever. You know, this brings me back to 2008 when Kim Jong-il, his father, had suffered a stroke and was in a coma. It took several weeks before the world found out that he was ill and in a coma, and that was simply because he didn't turn up at a major military parade. And so it's a country that has such a good hold on the flow of information. You know, they are rumors at this point, but oftentimes in a country like
Thank you for the bits, Blydog.
North Korea, where we have so little access to the government, so little access to reliable information, there is a kernel of truth in these rumors. And so it is something that we need to pay attention to. I think it reflects the concerns not only inside the country, but outside the country, that his health is a factor and that it could lead to a question of stability inside the country. And that is something, instability in North Korea at this time during a pandemic, when it has been developing nuclear weapons, is not something that any country wants.
If it was true that Kim Jong-un...
Okay, so we're going to cut away from this. I mean, like, and you get the point that I'm trying to show you. And I'm going to put this link in chat as well for people, just so you can see it. But it's really interesting the way that they try to pop it down. Let's see here. Magic Cosmos says he's trying to play the Jesus card, have everyone think you're dead, then come back from the dead. Yeah, I mean, that's also a possibility, right? It's fucking, you know, whatever you can do at that point. And the real thing, like I said, the real thing in all this is that we don't know. And so the way that you try to like size up your demographic, the way that you try to get people to see the story, that's going to be dependent on how you interact with this. And one of the biggest things, and I know like a lot of people aren't libertarian like I am. I don't care. Like if you're left, if you're right, if you're center, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you understand what the propaganda goal is of the media outlets trying to inform you. Because once you see through that, again, and I showed you that Fox link, and I don't mean to pick on Fox. Truth be told, Fox has actually come back to more reporting, honestly, than a lot of these hit pieces because of how the left is so angry about Trump. Like, Trump kept calling them fake news over and over again. He would just look at him and be like, you're fake news. Everything out of his mouth would be fake news.
You are fake news.
Right, like that. But the reality is that they struggled so hard to defend that they kind of became that. And that's part of what Trump does as his formula. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. I feel like it's a good way to run a business. It's not a good way to run a country, if I'm honest. But that's just my gut instinct. But again, like this thing with Kim Jong-un is crazy because if Un is dead right now, and what I suspect personally, and again, I'm not a medical personnel. I haven't really looked into it. What I suspect is that he's in critical condition. They're keeping him alive on an iron lung, and they're figuring out what to do next. And one of the things that's so scary about what to do next is who comes next. Socialism is a weird thing, especially when it's regime style. And I'm not talking here. Like, I think one of the things that Americans get super lost in is this idea of socialism bad. The reality is that, like, with democracy, you can have aspects of socialism within a democracy and not be socialist. But when you're talking a full-on socialist regime like North Korea, one of the biggest issues becomes who comes next. Because the problem with totalitarianism in any form is that the system is only going to be as good as the leaders. So if your leader is good, that's fine. I mean, think of just even... And again, this isn't a left or right thing. I'm not trying to divide the room. I don't care. But just think of, as a national consensus, how much more faith the American people had in Obama than they did in Trump. Now, whether you think that's justified, whether you think it's not, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the peripherals of it. People trusted Obama more than they trust Trump, so they were more okay when he broke the Constitution. Like, look at the way that we treated George W. Bush. How many radical left-wingers would give their left testicle to have Bush in office right now? And they basically billed him as Satan. I did it. I fucking did it. I thought the guy was a fucking chotch. Turns out he was okay, and Cheney was the devil. But who knew? But the thing about this that's so crazy and so dangerous to me is the line of succession. Because especially with North Korea, like the line of succession isn't really clear. And that's unfortunate. You know, that's I can't find this link. I thought I had it in here. Let's see here. No. There, wait. Did we do it there? Did I get it there? No, that's a different thing. Hold on. We'll find this shit. We'll find this shit. I fucked it up a little bit, but we'll find it. I'm pretty confident we'll get there. We'll fucking get there, guys. Hold on. Could have swore I did this. So yeah, that was something completely different. That's not even related to this. That one's done. We did that. We did that. We did this. Oh yeah, you're still running your show. Neat. Yeah, fuck you. I'm still running my show, even though you decided to fucking conspire against it. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so here is what the line of succession looks like in North Korea right now. So let's say Kim Jong-un is dead, right? Let's say he's dead. The mucky picture of who comes next is crazy. And who these people are is important because these are the people that are going to dictate how North Korea goes going forward. And it's a very weird, scary thing. So here, we'll watch this.
Today I'm going to show you the family tree of North Korea's Kim dynasty. At the moment, there are reports that the current leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, might be seriously ill. This has led many people to wonder what might happen if the supreme leader were to pass away. Well, first of all, let me tell you, we don't actually know. There is no set line of succession, and
so now this is important to notice. There is no set line of succession. So what happens next is anybody's guess. It could be a fucking coup. It could be a revolt. It could be somebody that says they have a claim. I mean, this shit's about to get medieval.
information from North Korea is notoriously unreliable and difficult to obtain. But
I love any time a news outlet opens with that. It is hard to obtain.
With that said, let's take a look at the family tree and familiarize ourselves with the many players.
Oh, I like this. This is kind of cool.
The first thing you need to know is that Kim is the family name. In Korea, the family name comes first, and this is a bit confusing for English speakers since we usually put our family name as our last name. We're going to start with Kim Bo-hyun. Kim Bo-hyun was a commoner who lived in a small village near Pyongyang. He was the father of Kim Hyung-jik, who in turn was the father of North Korea's founder, Kim Il-sung. When these first two generations were born, North Korea was still an independent kingdom, but by the time Kim Il-sung was born, North Korea had become part of the Japanese Empire. Of course, the Japanese Empire disintegrated at the end of World War II. At this time, Korea became divided, with the North being influenced by the Soviet Communists and the South being influenced by the United States. In 1948, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is the formal name for North Korea.
Bunk, our cop, just said, there's no way this doesn't prompt a civil war, right? Higher powers fighting for control. You'd think, but like when Kim Jong-il took control, that should have been a civil war too. There's something really weird about Koreans where they just kind of play ball with their government.
Was established, and Kim Il-sung was chosen as its first leader. Soon after that, a cult of personality developed around him, and the
Cult of personality. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Kim dynasty ended up becoming a hereditary dictatorship. Kim Il-sung ruled for almost 46 years and was succeeded by his eldest son, Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il then ruled for over 17 years before being succeeded by his son, Kim Jong-un, who is the current leader of North Korea. But Kim Jong-un was not actually his firstborn son, and this is why the family tree gets a bit complicated at this point. Kim Jong-il is thought to have had at least 2 wives and 3 mistresses. The exact number of children that he has is unknown, but I'm going to point out the main ones. His only legitimate child is a daughter by his second wife named Kim Sol-song. She served in various capacities for her father, but her current role is unknown. His eldest known son was named Kim Jong-nam. His mother was an actress and one of his father's mistresses. For several years, it was thought that he would be next in line. However, in 2001, he was arrested in Japan while using a fake passport. Supposedly, he was trying to visit Disneyland. Whatever the truth may be, he quickly felt...
What the fuck? Disneyland is in Japan. There's not a, like, Japan Disneyland. There is a Disney thing in Europe, but the Disney thing in Japan is garbage. They have, like, a Marvel tribute. Like, this guy deserves what he got. Does that make me the bad guy? I don't really care.
From favor. And then several years after his younger brother gained power, he was assassinated in Malaysia. Then there's Kim Jong-chul, the older full brother of Kim Jong-un. Their mother was another one of Kim Jong-il's mistresses, but she was later given the title the respected mother who is the most faithful and loyal subject to the dear leader, comrade, supreme commander. But her eldest son was passed over, as it seems Kim Jong-un was his father's favorite. Kim Jong-chul's current
Daddy's boy, daddy's boy
role is somewhat unclear, but in the West he is perhaps best known for showing up occasionally at Eric Clapton concerts. Finally, there's Kim Yo-jung, who is a younger, full sister of Kim Jong-un. She's supposedly very close to her brother and is quite active in government affairs. So what would happen if Kim Jong-un were to suddenly die? Well, first of all, it's unclear how many children Kim Jong-un might have. It's thought that his eldest child is an 8-year-old daughter named Kim Ju-ae. So we can probably rule her out. Any of his 3 surviving siblings are possibilities, but most experts think that the most likely person out of those 3 would be his younger sister, Kim Yo-jong. Then, of course, there's the first in line according to agnatic primogeniture, Kim Han-sol, son of the late Kim Jong-nam. His whereabouts are currently unknown, as there have been assassination attempts on him as well. I think we would only see him as a potential candidate if North Korea completely fell apart and the...
I just have to stop this for fucking Magic Cosmo. Like, that's the best, right? Disney, Clapton, fuck this family. Yeah, you get what you fucking deserve. That's fucking great.
West wanted to prop up a potential ally. There's a few people left from older generations, although I think the likelihood of any of them coming to power is very remote. As far as we know, Kim Il-sung's younger brother, Kim Yong-ju, is still alive. However, he's like 100 years old by now, so not really a top contender. There's also Kim Jong-un's aunt, Kim Kyung-hui. She was married to a high-ranking official who served as the de facto ruler of North Korea when Kim Jong-il started to become ill. However, when Kim Jong-un took over, he famously had his uncle executed. So it seems that this branch of the family is unlikely as well. Then there's his uncle Kim Pyong-il, the younger half-brother of Kim Jong-il. He's been a career diplomat up to this point, serving as the ambassador to several European countries over the years. So, who would become the leader of North Korea if Kim Jong-un were to suddenly die? Well, I think there are 2 possible scenarios. The first one, assuming that things don't fall apart completely, would probably involve his sister, Kim Yo-jong, stepping in, either as supreme leader herself or...
Interesting to note, too, that, like, Asian cultures are very sexist. So I don't know how real the idea that a woman could step up in that position. I mean, obviously it's like a family dynasty, so maybe, but I think that that's a problem that isn't really getting addressed in this theory personally. I think it would probably be Kim Jong-chul or that Kim Han-sol if they ever found him.
Or as a sort of regent for one of Kim Jong-un's children. The second scenario would probably simply be a huge power vacuum, which could potentially lead to civil war, foreign intervention, and just plain chaos. I guess only time will tell. Let me know in the comments.
All right. So, yeah. So that's the succession chain. I will literally post the link right here. Bloop. Bloop. Yeah. When you're Eric Clapton and Disneying on top of me, like, you don't get my... It's not something you get my sympathy for, so... Yeah, it's a very interesting time, though, because this is when you see a lot of shit come into action as far as, you know, what the succession chain will be, what any of this shit will be, because it doesn't really matter, you know? And that's important to notate, you know, because the succession of everything doesn't, like, who knows what it'll be? This could be absolute fucking anarchy and no one would fucking care. What else do we have? There's like some other shit that I had. We did that. Oh, this is kind of cool. So this is a thing being done by, and again, I will put the link in the chat as I always do. This is a Vice News thing on how a bunch of people foresaw this pandemic coming and what responsibility is that of Hollywood to own up to that. So here we go.
It's airborne.
Writers and directors love imagining the viral apocalypse.
You get exposed at breakfast, you're dead by dinner. We're looking at a global pandemic.
During a real pandemic, movies like Contagion can feel less like a star-studded blockbuster and more like a prophecy.
Right now, our best defense has been social distancing. No handshaking, staying home when you're sick, washing your hands frequently.
But the creators of fictional pandemics weren't fortune tellers. They just did their research.
I actually find it really sad that what I end up getting on my Instagram is accusations of being a prophet or part of the Illuminati. Every expert that I spoke to always said the same thing to me, which was, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You can't believe the movie and not believe them.
We based World War Z pretty much on at the time of the Ebola outbreak. You know, in any great storytelling, you want to base part of the story in science and reality so it is emotionally grounded and the audience can connect with it.
In my book, the virus is all about, it's going to get you eventually. I started thinking about the virus a lot in the 80s during basically AIDS. And so I got really deep into the research on vaccines.
Even elements of the more outlandish pandemic films can feel eerily spot on.
You gotta isolate the sick, and I mean really isolate them, Billy. We gotta get everybody else back into their houses. We gotta keep them there.
The kind of combination of terror and boredom are exactly what I thought they were going to be.
There's a line in my book where I was talking about hoarding in the early stages of the apocalypse, and I was just searching for kind of the most ludicrous thing that people could hoard, and I came up with 250 bottles of shampoo. But then, you know, this toilet paper thing has happened. It was a little eerie.
Well, I think Leftovers, you know, it's entirely about grief. It is very similar in the way that this illness is so indiscriminate. So it feels very comparable. You know, I was walking on a beach the other day and there was a chair sitting there, and I just took that photograph of that's the leftovers. That's this moment.
He was buckled right into that car seat. He was right here.
Probably the most important thing that I was conscious of when writing the script was the psychological impact of what had happened on the main character. I was really trying to put myself in the place of someone who was so alone.
Promise, my friend, I would say hello. Please say hello to me.
Probably my biggest
shout out to Death by Taxes, subscribing at tier 1. Thank you very much. That's super awesome.
concern right now is the psychological toll this might be taking on people, especially isolated people.
Of course, spending years crafting a pandemic doesn't quite prepare you for living through one.
I've been really struck by the difference in the fictional portrayal of streets during the pandemic and streets during this real pandemic. In fiction, they're all messy. There's things strewn around. And then when you see the videos coming out of places in France and in New York, it is so beautifully clean.
I thought that a common foe and the loss of American life would make people go to the experts and say, let's put our politics aside. The other part is the Jude Law character.
There are therapies we know are effective right now, like forsythia, and they don't even appear on the CDC website.
The CDC is exploring forsythia and other homeopathic treatments, but right now, there's no science to back any of these claims.
I didn't think that someone dealing in misinformation would be, in the office of president.
We have a drug called chloroquine. A derivation would be hydroxychloroquine, which I hear even better about. It showed very encouraging early results.
But the information that you're referring to specifically is anecdotal. It was not done in a controlled clinical trial, so you really can't make any definitive statement about it.
I think if I had suggested that to the executives at Warner Brothers, they would have said, no, that's going too far.
During lockdown, pandemic films are topping the streaming charts. Writers and directors have different theories on why that is.
No matter how sort of difficult or chilling or upsetting the narrative is, I think narrative does give experience shape, and it gives it meaning. And I think that those are two things that we are desperate for right now.
Maybe in a way it's saying, oh, well, things aren't so bad. There aren't zombies in the street. People aren't eating each other. People aren't killing each other for gasoline yet.
Maybe it gives people some hope that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, that there will be survivors.
After all, even the most terrifying fictional pandemics have one luxury that the real world does not.
There isn't an ending. In a COVID-19 situation, there will be things that happen in an order and they will change, but that moment of catharsis and closure and putting it all behind us and rallying and watching the credits roll, we're never going to get that. That's what makes history different from fiction.
There we go. That was Vice. I put the link in there, I think. Let me double check to make sure I did that. I think I did. Hold on. Yeah, okay, cool. We put that link in. That's cool. Yeah, that's a Vice thing. That's kind of what it is. Tim Silverthorne says, question mark. I don't know what that means. The Hollywood guys would feel lonely without children around. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, we can't talk about that. Wendy's wonderful. Only child is losing his shit. I don't understand that, but whatever. Let's see. What else did we have today? We had a bunch of other stuff. Dave's bitch ass was promoting in the channel, which, was super garbage. Mikey Two Milks decided that he was going to go hang out there. Tovar's hanging out there. Wayne's probably hanging out there. It's fucking a bunch of garbage. Fucking hate all this shit. Death and Taxes says, I'm too high to know what's going on. Dude, you're not the only one. Here's the thing. All right, here. I'll leave it up to you guys. I got one more news link, or I got a weird, funny thing that you guys may not have seen, or maybe you have. I don't know. Yeah, no, I know you're here. We got it. There was a new China Uncovered, which was really awesome. We also have the Contagion stuff, which is just absolutely fucking hilarious. Where is it? Is it here? Bloop. Yeah. This is actually, I'm going to do the Contagion thing first, and then we'll pick what we want to go out on. Why are we still watching Will Smith? I don't know. Do I look like Will Smith? Maybe don't answer that. Get fucked. Here we go. This was, Contagion was like one of the things. Flip a coin. Okay, here. We're going to watch this. Think about this. Do you want to end on another fun story about how China sucks, or do you want to end on some weird-ass fucking comedy? I only use Twitch to watch Korean. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Here we go. This is from Contagion, where the term socially distance started. Here we go. Number this one.
Get to the part where there's good news.
Now we have to try a live attenuated virus.
Like with polio?
Exactly. The only danger with
We're gonna do this again. There we go.
Can you get to the part where there's good news?
Now we have to try a live attenuated virus.
Like with polio?
Exactly. The only danger with a live virus is the possibility that it will revert to wild type and kill the host.
When will we know about that?
I'll ask the monkeys.
As of right now, the mortality rate is fluctuating between 25 and 30%, depending upon underlying medical
This is the movie
conditions,
Contagion.
socioeconomic factors, nutrition, fresh water. With the new mutation, we are predicting an R naught of no less than 4. And without a vaccine, we can anticipate that approximately 1 in 12 people on the planet will contract the disease.
So what's funny about that is look at those numbers. They talk about the vaccine. They talk about the thing. This is where they coin social distancing. Like, it's really interesting how crazy on, like, it's, if you were a conspiracy theory and you wanted to go deep down in and you were saying this was all an inside plot, like, whoever started that plot watched this movie for sure. And I don't, like, for the record, I don't think that's the case at all. What I believe this to be, to me, I think China was experimenting with viruses just to prove they were as good as any other country in the world. And they cut corners, and they weren't as good as other countries, and so it got out. And then they had to cover it up. I don't think it's a weaponized virus. I don't think any of this. But it's interesting with Contagion, because if it was an inside plot, whoever formed that plot clearly watched this movie, because it's pretty great.
When did we run out of body bags? 2 days ago. We're trying to get more in from Canada, but they just want to wait and see.
There are stories circulating on the internet that in India and elsewhere, the drug ribavirin has been shown to be effective against this virus. Yet, Homeland Security is telling the CDC not to make any announcements until stockpiles of the drug can be secured.
Well, Dr. Gupta, there continue to be evaluations of several drugs. Ribavirin is among them.
So this
but
is
right now, our best defense has been social distancing. No handshaking, staying home when you're sick, washing your hands frequently.
So that's, I mean, that's where the phrase was coined. Kind of interesting, though. What movie is that? The movie is Contagion. I highly recommend giving it a watch. It's pretty goddamn good. God damn it. Worst Omega Man remake ever. Yeah, okay. So here's what we got for you, right? We're almost coming up on time. I got a China Uncovered, which was brand new. Or I have a fun Fox sketch called Juggernaut Bitch, which has come to my attention that not a lot of people have seen. Dave is going to hate this. Tovar's probably seen it before, but the alarming amount of you have not seen I'm the Juggernaut Bitch. And so I just feel like that needs to be shown. You know what? I'm going to make an executive decision. We're going to watch that because fuck that. Between You, Lady Starlight is on now. So God, stop promoting your fucking shit, Dave. Ugh. Let's talk about where this show went wrong, shall we? Let's fucking deal with it. Here we go. We're going to watch the Juggernaut Bitch because I don't really feel like wasting any more thought on you people, you motherfuckers. Dave ruined this. This is one of the funniest sketches I've seen in a while. I'm sure it will get me a copyright flag. Don't care. This is Juggernaut Bitch. Pop over here. We hit that moment where the soundboard starts fucking up. But yeah, this is one of the funniest things ever. I fucking love this shit. It's pretty great. So I'm going to reset everything and get everything working. Here, hold on. We're going to do that right fucking now as I reach over I unplug it, and then I re-plug in. I don't know what it is, but right around 2 hours and 40 minutes, the just cache on the soundboard goes heyday. So I don't know what that's all about, but we're going to quit it. We're going to rock it down because I've learned my fucking lesson on this thing. We're going to bring it back up, back in charge. And so now, theoretically, it should work real good again. I don't even know, but yeah. Yeah. What? No, I did the piss break. I'm talking about the fucking thing. Whatever. Get fucked. Here we go.
Strip. Oh. Look inside my gun, bitch. Think that's something? Wait till I take off this latex. Show you it's a real pistol, bitch. What the fuck, Charles? Ah!
There you go. That is the Juggernaut bitch. That I feel like you're right, Dave. I feel like it's too long now, but it used to be fucking phenomenal. There's the link. You can go watch Juggernaut bitch yourself as well. Yeah. Other than that, who cares, right? We're fucking doing this shit. Kanye sampling Daft Punk Discovery. Okay. Outtakes. Yeah, maybe. It's pretty good, though. I mean, like, the first two were something that I've seen a bunch, as I'm sure Dave has, and it was really awesome. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much up on time. We did it today. We got through today. Dave was an asshole. Tovar was an asshole. Mikey was an asshole. Jason and all them were real cool. That was cool. So why don't we go now, and we will transfer into the end phase. Here we go. Look at that. Reminds you of a C-Note bazooka. All right, cool. That's good. Thank you to everybody that gave bits or subscribed tonight. That really helps. Also, don't forget to go to my Venmo, which is right there, or PayPal at Corey Adam Comedy. Anything you give goes directly to me and paying my bills, which is super important right now. Thank you again to everybody that called in, except for Dave, who is an absolute piece of trash. I can't believe he would promote something other than the show at the same time. What a fucking dickbag. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, it's kind of just where we're at for tonight, right? Like, we did a good job. Everybody's happy. Yeah, we did a good one tonight, man. I'm pretty, aside from Dave and his fucking promoting. Oh, and Tovar being a bitch too. Tovar was really mean as well. Yeah, other than that, I mean, it was a pretty good day overall. Make sure these, there we go. Oops. There's that and that. And we're in the end phase. Yeah, Wayne was good too. I did have Wayne on. That's absolutely true. Dave, why don't you tell people where they should go right now after the show is on, because you have it going on right now. Give them the link one more time. Throw them in the link, Dave. Get them over to your place. The rave continues for another 3 hours. Dave also said free drugs, so take that up with him. I don't know what he's thinking. Just rate it? Yeah, I don't even know how to do that yet. I've got to research that, but next time I will absolutely rate it. I can type /raid, but it doesn't do anything. I just tried. Again, thank you all so much for listening. This has been another great episode. We do this every Friday through Tuesday. Thanks again to everybody, especially the subscribers. Shout out to Death by Taxes for subscribing. That was super awesome. Also, shout out to JBTV who hosted us. That was also awesome. You guys have been awesome. We will see you tomorrow. We're fucking out of here. Woody, woot, woot, woot.